sa ating lahat. So, syempre, dati may programa tayo sa nagtipagtaingan. And of course, kadwa tayo ti technical side ni Miss Carmelina. And it's me, your Captain Ramanuel. Another topic, another segment, another episode for today. So, sa lahat na nanonood ng basketball ngayon, manood muna kayo ng Silnag. 'Di ba? Nakakainit kahit na nakuyem, Oray no nakuyem no DJ Buya ket hamo nga trip or DJ idol mo ket nga soda iti lamang. Diyos mo nagdakkel iti lamang. Ano ba yan? Sa bagay, first game pa naman yan. Habol na lang tayo sa mga susunod na game pa. Hanggang game 7 pa naman yan. So, ayan, habol tayo. Di ba? Malay natin, may chance. May chance pa manalo. Di po ba? So, syempre, okay. So, syempre, dito'y topic tayo itata. Or dati pabuya tayo tata, dati pa nagpiesta dito yung Santo Domingo. It's been a week. But tuloy tayo lata niya. Iti pa patangatang. Kada ito yung videos. And of course, kada ito yung panagpiesta dito yung Santo Domingo. So, amo yung meten nga rainy season. Rainy season. Nagbaliw man iti tiyempon. So, syempre, sakbay kada ita. Dagito yung mga dagiti palagip tayo.
Only foods ba ang hanap mo? Kaya't mo mukbang ng basit ti budget. Kapangkan sa J Books Eat Food Hub. Masarakan ti igit ti National Highway Barangay Kabarwan, Bantay, Ilocos Sur. Giserserve dati only wings, rice, lechon kawale, sisig kanda dumapay a pagpilya. In kayon ti Books Eat Food Hub. Matmatunan dito ni Miss Eileen Tolentino ken ni Miss Luena Lu Manliles. And the food, yem suwak sa bulsa. Anya pa ituro orayam, mapankan ti Books Eat Food Hub. Books Eat Food Hub, sigurado mabsog ta buksit mo. Nagbebero kay matinaimas nga pulutan, wano dagiti maprito amakmakan. Saragam lang ti Choylin Fried Station. Masarakan din na dumaduma pwesto ti probinsya ng Ilocos Sur, at dati ta syudad ti Vigan, Iliti Santo Domingo, Kabugaw, Sinait, Narvacan, ken Canton City. At dapat pwesto na dita Abra ken pati Batak ken Lawag City, Ilocos Norte. At doon dagiti mabili mo pagpilian. At dati fried chicken, crispy pata, fried itik, lechon kawali, tokwat baboy ken pork sisig. Choylin Fried Station. Fried to perfection. No kaya't mumati only rice ken only soup all you can, 3 mantas grill house lang sapat na. Ado dagiti pagbilya mga combo meals nga sigurado aswak ti budget mo. Masarakan ti 3 mantas grill house sa Bayubay Sur, San Vicente, Ilocos Sur. What are you waiting for? Come and visit 3 mantas grill house today. Kung mahilig ka mat dagiti matuno makmakan, na tuno grill house lang ang iyong kailangan. Dahil offering chicken inasal, pork barbecue, chicken barbecue, only rice pork inasal ken only chicken wings. Masarakan tinatuno grill house sa San Jose, Narvacan, Ilocos Sur. Anya pa ituro rayang, pasyara mo dagito nga panganan, na imas tagdag no nananam timakan.
Kaya't mo kanayon na nakakondisyon ti motor mo, saan tayo abaybayan ngagdadael? Siguden na patarimaan, tadda tinalaing ken naanos a mekaniko, ken pagkagatangan ti high-end ken genuine a piyesa ti motorsiklo. King Rabe Motorcycle Parts Enterprises. Anya man a piyesa ken brand ti motorsiklo kasapulan, adda amin dita King Rabe Motorcycle Parts Enterprises. Saan kan ngagpaspasarap, mapankan di sigurado. Adupay di pagpilyan tinadumaduma a brand a pilid, motor oil ken kumpleto apang setup. Pasyaren ti pwestuda sa Kabarwan, Santa Catalina, Ilocos Sur. At dapay branch na dita igid ti National Highway, Sunto, Bantay, Ilocos Sur, ken Sadyay, Dagupan City. Ride safety. Siguradwen anapintas ti kondisyon dagiti motorsiklo. Adda ti mapagtalkaan a King Rabe Motorcycle Parts Enterprises. Ken no kasapulan, piloga na pagpasya, ken aday ti darayan nyo nga okasyon. Kasta pa ino da sabaten nyo akaming ti pamilyayo, abalikbayan, at danda iti ban amarentaan. Kontakin nyo ti numero 0917-188-7507. Upwa ken imatmatonan, da Bonnie ken Lin Rabe. King Rabe, Motorcycle Parts Enterprises.
Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives. Ti kooperatiba ano bayagin nagsasarili kadang ti Ilocano iti amyanan a Luzon. Ti kooperatiba ang manipapaay ti serbisyo, benepisyo, ken mangisakit kariti empleyado ken miyembro na. Ti Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives wano NSCC ket adon tinatulungan na. Babayin med iti namayat alangin-langin ken kooperasyon dagiti miyembro ken mangimatmaton. Adon tinagduroasan ti kooperatiba. Adupay dagiti naynayon ang kasbek akas ti NSCC Farm, Chicharon Processing Facility, Macro Laboratory, kastameten ti NSCC Plaza ken NSCC Business Center. Isungan niya pelang ter orayem makikaptenkan iti kadakilan a kooperatiba iti probinsya. Di Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives suman na NSCC. Imatmatunan na daytoy ni Dr. Divina Kenny.
Problema yung kadi iti panangalat ti student driving permit, renewal iti lisensya ngagmaneho, ken panang-upgrade iti restriction code dagiti lisensyayo. Solbaren dagiti nga problema yo iti RX Driving School. Ti RX Driving School ken accredited iti LTO ng eskwelaan. Amang ipaay kadagiti sumaganad. TDC wenno theoretical driving course. Kasapulan daytoy kadagiti mangalat ti student permit. PDC, when a practical driving course, paramat kadagiti mangala iti non-prop, when a professional driver's license. Upgrading iti restriction code, paramat kadagiti mangnayon iti mabalinda amanihuen, ken ti special driving course, paramat kadagiti kayat na tagsursurong agmaneho iti motorsiklo, tricycle, four wheels, manual, or automatic, ken da dumapay. Naanos ken nalaing dagiti driving instructors da nga accredited iti LTO. Dito'y 2nd District, masarakan ti RX Driving School iti National Highway, Barangay Tablak, Candon City, abay iti Sacred Heart Medical Laboratory. Dito'y mat 1st District, masarakan ti RX Driving School, abay mismo iti LTO. Dita poblasyon is San Ildefonso, Ilocos. Ken dita probinsya ti Ilocos Norte, masarakan ti RX Driving School iti along the National Highway, Barangay Kalagip, Batak City, sango ti Lucondia Cultural Center ken Mariano Marcos Memorial Hospital. Asideg iti mismong LTO. No lisensya ti panagmaneho, ken nasaya ta pagsusuruan ngagmaneho, RX Driving School iti papanan. Para tadadong informasyon, tumawag wenno ag-text kayo iti 0917-578-3132 and 0917-811-0581. Dito 1st District San Ildefonso, 0917-306-3735. Itamot 2nd District Candon City, 0917-120-1745. Ken dita Batak City, 0917-329-0591. RX Driving School.
Tuloy ti programa tayo sila nagtipagtahingan. So, syempre, ang ating topic for today is, did you know? Alam nyo ba na kapag ganito, ganyan? O, di nyo alam, di ba? Ako rin. So, syempre, did you know if you read a speech before you go to bed, you will remember it better in the morning. So, syempre, no, sakbay tayo maturog, no, dati mabasa tayo nga speech, hantay mawatan, kasi nga inaantok na tayo, or sometimes is hindi natin naiintindihan, but in the morning, kalaunan, iti kabigatan na, ay, amo tayo ti kayat ng asawen. So, ganun pala, nga haan nga amin, or aming mangmangig tayo, or aming madamdamag tayo, mangmangig tayo, or di kayo mabasbasa tayo, ket ma-gets tayo na isigida. So, it's take time. Nga, ay, weng niya, kastigayam. Aping nga pa kasi yung sungbat ko, di ba? Maamiris mo ton after a few minutes, a few hours, or a few days. Di ba? It take time or days. Pay nga, maamuan nga, ay, kastigayam detoy. Di ba? Kastigayam ko matimbaga. Hang kumagayam nga kastoy. So, syempre, ngayon, alam nyo na ganan, iti pa nagsao, or iti pa nagbasa, iti speech, before you go to bed, or basakbay ka mapanyenti kama, ket malagip mo to, when maamiris mo to, kabigatan na ti kayat na nga sawen. So next is, did you know, turn the water to cold at the end of your shower to prevent acne. So, cold water seals your pores and prevent dirt and bacteria from entering them. So, maliligo tayo is, ganaganan, it's pwedeng hot water or cold water. Da kaming amin ket wala kaming heater, so nga cold water. Pero kapag nasa Baguio ka, may heater. Malamig doon. So, syempre, no once ka no nga malmalpas ka, no, or di kaya is patapos ka na, ay mabaling ka nga agdigos ka no itinalamiis. Or di kaya is agdigos ka tinalamiis, tap no ma-prevent DJ acne. And of course, cold water, so nakano timang tulong iti pores tayo, ken tap no mang prevent dagiti dirt, ken bacteria, tap no sombrek iti skin orienti bagi tayo. So, syempre, kapag rainy season, dito sa atin, nag-hot water tayo. And after the hot water, kumanya, agdigos ka kanumot lang itinalami. Stop na ma-prevent di acne, and ma-prevent di dirty, when no bacteria, nga sumbreking ka. Kasi cold water is mangtulong nga, mang-prevent kadagito nga sumbrek ti bagim. So, syempre, yan ang ating pinaka magandang gawain, or mayat nga obrain, di po ba? So, sometimes kami na kastoy nga weather niya, no cold season, ket hantay nga makakadigdigos iti nalamiis, that dumapay ket aglabar tay laeng, or di kaya ket is takes 2 days, 1 day antay agdigos, di ba? Kasi nasa loob ka lang ng bahay, hindi ka naman nagpapawisan, kasi naka-electric fan ka lang, kain, tulog, di ba? So, ang ganda ng bakasyon ng mga bata ngayon, rainy season. Pero handa ma-enjoy iti vacation. And of course, ito yung summer class or ito yung summer class ket na pudot nga talaga para kanyada. And did you know, if you are in bed, still feeling dizzy, place one of your feet on the ground. This will help your brain recalculate your position. So, adakan nga tayo, di ba? Sometimes dumakan nga tayo ket molulaw. And that is normal. Di po ba? And if you are in bed still feeling dizzy, daka lang aro dyan tikaman, na ganun, mululaw ka pa lang, lakailad ka lang aro, then, di may sa kano nga sakam is i-place on the ground mo kano. Kasi ibabam di may sa nga sakam. And then, this will help your brain recalculate your position. So, nakanumang tulong yan ti brain tayo nga mang-calculate iti position tayo. Diba? So, iyan ang ating did you know today. Ngayon, alam nyo na no once ka mululaw tayo, di ba, nakailad tayo lang aro, mululaw tayo pa lang. So, ito yung isang number 1 gawin kapag hindi siya pa rin normal, pay lang may di pa nakadisim or pa nakaulaw mo, di ka nga agpatulong iti emergency. Next is, did you know, put your hand in ice water and flex them if you have a migraine. So, sa lahat ng tao is meron tayong sakit sa ulo, migraine, kunada kasta, and of course, dapat hypertension, kunada kasta. So, no once nga dati migraine tayo, put your hands in the ice water. So, kano itimang flex, tapno magkaroon or daganan tapno flex DJ migraine tayo nano kapag migraine talaga ket grabe na padasak man nag-migraine mairita iti silaw, mairita ti music, may basta ti kaya na nakakulong laeng, silent mood, naka dark mood, kasjay iti migraine para kanyak. Kasi nagkaroon ako ng migraine as in nga, basid lang kumating. Kit agpalpitig dila payag kung sakit ti ulo kas jay. Masapol mo iti dark mood and silent mood kapag nagkakaroon ka ng migraine. Kasi pag migraine ka, naganan di silaw, the reflection iti silaw na sakit. Talagang tagusin na pati sakit. So timang cause iti sakit iti ulo. Basta kasya iti kwak iti di nagkaroon na iti migraine, kaya't ko kasya laeng. Silent mood, dark mood, ganun lang. Tahimik lang. And of course, naganan awan iti istorbo. So nga silent mood. Di po ba? So syempre next is, did you know, if you have a toothache, rub some ice between your thumbs and forefingers. This can relieve the pain by up to 50%. Where's your thumb? This is your thumb and forefinger. So, ito iti naganan pag rub tayo kano di ice. No, between your thumb and the four fingers, kaya dito ka namang tulong. Tapos namang relieve the pain, the sakit itingipen by up to 50%. Feeling ko 10% lang. 10%. Ang ko pa yung na-try, pero I will try this one kapag nagkaroon ng sakit sa ngipin. Pero sana wag naman kasi nga ang hirap magsakit marigatan ka nga agsakit ngipin once nga masikog ka. Madi ka nga makatumar iti pain reliever. So masapol mo nga yan na dan iti ngipin mo. More on calcium. So syempre naganan rub some ice between your thumb and the forefinger. So this can relieve the pain by up to 50%. So try natin yan soon. Pero ngayon, alam mo na kung anong gagawin. Pero kapag talaga masakit na yung ngipin, wag na natin itong hintayin. Kailangan natin na mag-take ng pain reliever nga talaga. Talaga nga DJ, one time, dubing kami talaga no, sagsakit ngipin ang makakaturog talagang ringen na ka. Nga talaga, ngayon di dumadakelin kit Diyos mio, ang kamakaturog, ag pitik-pitik ba na ulo nga talaga nga as in iti pa nagsakit iti ulo na, sobrang sakit. Kasi kaya nung adult life niya, idubing kami, saging bulatan. Awa maramidan ni mother mo. Ikag toothbrush, ikang kati bawang, asin, naglalaw ti bubray na. Hamumahan na mamabali ni pabunot ta, agsaksakit pa ilay. So, syempre kapag adult ka na, pain reliever, 2 days, nawan to sakit na, mapantayo idiretso nga, ipabunotin. Di po ba? Pangit kasi pag wala ng ngipin, di po ba? O, yung ngipin ko, 1 seat apart sa baba. Kaya pinoprotektahan ko sa taas. Next is, did you know, keep an eye or keep an onion near you at night if you have a stuffy nose. So, na-try ko na to, onion. No, panateng ka, or di kaya, talagang kamakang angis iti rabi, di ba? So, napadasak dito with my babies. Dati yan tisaka na or idi nakabuya na dapat ipaabay mo kanya. So yan, ipaabay mo kanya na han nga marigatan nga agangis kasi madlaw mo talaga nagpanating tubig, di ba? Kasi di pa nagang-angis da. Talagang baradong-barado. Ngem da tayo ket nagsakit ngamin iti agong ko na tayo ngem dakkel iti tulong for the reliever relieve na tapno meta angis tayo or makaturog tayo nga na shot. So, dakkel iti tulong iti onions or di tinatawag natin na lasuna. Lasuna, di po ba? Mahal noon. Ewan ko lang kung magkano na ngayon. Next is, did you know, if you're feeling sleepy, hold your breath for as long as you can and then release it. So, no, amula ko tikas to ay nga patakaran. I get inubrak ko idi high school life na, di college life na, or di elementary life na. Kasi nga talaga nga, pag Filipino, English, any subject talaga antokin. Talaga nga makaturturog na. Diyan mo nung apay. Kulang sa tulog sometimes. Mas gusto magpuyat. Di ba? So, ayan. No, dapat ka nung makaturturog ka, ay masapol mo, i-hold your breath mo as long as you can. Ingana di kayam. So, syempre, sabay mo nga, i-release di breath mo. Di ba? No? agangis ka, no? Nakayam ti 30 minutes, well and good. 30 minutes. Ang kupay kaya di 30, ang kupay kaya di 1 minute, yan to lang ata di 30 minutes, di ba? So, ayan. No, dakati klase, momon, nga, no, once ka makaturturog ka, hold your breath. Iti as long as you can. Hindi kayam nga pinag-hold data nga panaganyas mo. Then, of course, release your breath. Tapno may lang aganyas ka, baka damdama ke malipatam to aganyas nakabasol na ako. And next is, did you know, pinch yourself if you just can't stop laughing. Di ba? Dado mga na gano'n, no? Nagkiyak di teacher tayo, hindi mapigilan nagkatawa or whatsoever nga funniest movie or kakatawaan tayo. Kundutin tayo lang kanong bagi tayo, tapno mo tayo dagiti bubrain tayo or amo tayo dagiti isiseman when no katawain tayo. Kasi nagrigat niya, iti ag-stop, iti laugh or iti katawa, daka lalo iti public places. Di po ba? Lalo nung kasanayan ko madigi na panam kita na ganang tahimik lang na lugar ay kahit masapon mo makisama, di ba? Wag mong biglang-biglang tatawa-tawa lang dyan. Baka mamaya mapagkamalang kang baliw. Next is, did you know if you're about to start gaggling, track your throat if your first aid grip it tightly. So, gaggling or gagging. So, kapag start ka na daw nag-gagging, track your thumb daw. Ito yung thumb. Track lang natin. This is our first aid. And grip it tightly. Kasi tayo na lang na siya. At talagang napikilan tayo na siya at deto'y thumb tayo. So, deta may sa number 1, mang tulong para kanya tayo. Next is, did you know, scratch your ear to stop the tickles in your throat. Scratch daw natin yung ear natin to stop the tickle in your throat. Baga, makati, di ba? Scratch lang daw natin yung ears. But sometimes, no, nakapapatang mo niya, no, it's either damdamag or whatsoever. Sometimes, kapag nag-scratch ka daw ng ears, or di kaya no, kinodkod mo ka no, to elbow mo, ibig sabihin is nagsisinungaling ka. Kasi amokla idi iti amka ibagbagada idi. Ewan ko ba kung psycho ba yon or whatsoever. So, kapag nag-scratch ka daw dyan, or nagtanong siya kung ikaw ba kumuha nito, tapos nag-scratch ka daw sa elbow, or di kaya sa ears mo, ay ibig sabihin kanukat agsal sa lawasaw ka. So nga, beware. Beware talaga. Next is, did you know if you're having trouble falling asleep, blink fast for a minute. So, ang kakano makaturog, iti rabi, kinikidim ka lang kano iti may isang minuto. Yeah, as fast as you can. Tapno siguro makaturog, ngata. Or tapno mabanog yung matam, kenda na ganan, biro ken na nga ikidem latan. Di po ba? Siyak da dumano na makaturog na ganun nag-cellphone naks tapos naka-electric fan para mag-dry ang aking mata. Ag-dry di yung matam tap no na ganun maturog latan or di na ganun na mabanog yung matam and of course kidem so syempre may baling imulat kasi nasakit na apges. Di po ba na-try yun ba nga itutok yung cellphone ka na sa katutok yan ti electric fan di ba nakaka-dry. Next is, did you know, press your tongue firmly against the back of your teeth to prevent a sneeze. So syempre, sing! Di ba? Para social or para cute lang kapag nag-atching tayo, di po ba? So, sometimes kami nag-atching tayo, nakangangatay pa lang, hatching! Di ba? So, ayan, tumatalsik ang laway at saka yung nose, lumalabas yung mga laway-laway. And next or lastly is, did you know, press your tongue against the roof of your mouth if you have a brain freeze. So, idubing na high school, nagkakaroon ako ng brain freeze, pero ngayon, tinatry ko, kaso nga lang wala. Diba? So, hopefully, kung mapadasan kasi na-try ko, nagkaroon ng brain freeze, as in nga, As in hanga gimana ji utek ko as in talagang lumamiis yung ulong and so ever, di po ba, pababa lumamiis pa nga bumaba yung tibagim. So alam mo na, press your tongue sa against the roof of your mouth. Tapnohan ka nga magkaroon iti if you have a brain freeze. Dapat siguro makisayan di pain and of course ipagkatulala mo kasi nga na ganan kasi nga brain freeze ket di mamuno kasi na obrahin, di ba? Minum ka sa mapatulala ka pa yan mo pa may tuloy nga may tilmon inotem pa nga tilmon hindi jay kang kanim or jay inomem, di po ba? So syempre i-play tayo dito nga roda pa nagpiesta dito ili iti Santo Domingo, hindi na minsan nga daw happy Fiesta Santo Domingo amo kanal pasen, and of course to all mothers out there, happy Mother's Day po sa inyong lahat. So next month we also have the celebration of Father's Day. And that is June 18. Ayan. So, ayan ang ating Father's Day next month. So, ngayon, Mother's Day muna. Focus muna tayo sa ating mga nanay. So, lang may saal daw, dapat eto nga buo nga bulan ko iti pa naglagip tayo, iti nanang. Di ba? Nanay. And of course, dagiti timakder nga inatayo o even though nga haantay nga kadugo ko na or kadardara. Ipo ba? So, happy Mother's Day po sa lahat ng nanay, sa sakripisyo, sa pagmamahal, sa pag-aaruga, lahat yan. Even though na nagkakasakit na sila, bumabangon pa rin para lang ang masuportahan ng kanilang mga anak. So, mawatan yun to deta, no da ka ito tidomteng iti adanto iti anak na kasi nagrigat met no sa usaw na toy di yung pa gayam na experience dati ganun ako but now I'm a mother, alam ko ng feelings talaga ti feelings ni mother ko na so may lagayam kasi ti advice na daduma kanyami tagusman or sometimes is nagananhan tayo nga papatyen daduma ma-realize mo ton nga addakan ton iti situation na tapno met amom iti sakit na panagnaanan na, di ba? Sabi nga na ganun DJ mo to ma-realize nagdakil di anak mo di mo kagugalim or amo na kanto pa italyawin nun to dumakdak. So syempre sakbay tayo ulit agtuloy iti programa sila ti pagtaengan dagiti mapay dagiti palagip.
Rapaapo kaditi makay ayo abuya iti uneg iti pagtaingam. Anyaman nagasapulam kas ti moderno a klase ti silaw ada ti chandelier LED lights kenda dumapay. Kasabay kadagiti agkakapintas a toilet bowl, wall claddings, stainless sa lababo, kasamet ten na dumaduma ti klase na a tiles kenda dumapay a materyales agkasapulan ti pagbangon ti balay. Pasyaren ti AC Newborn Home and Builder Center. Nalawa ti showroom da, agkomportable kang agpili ti kayat mo a disenyo. Mabalin pa nga isuda iti mangi-set up kadagiti katangin. Masarakan sa Rizal Street, Sulphur, Bantay, Ilocos Sur. Imatmatunan na Mr. and Mrs. Alain Chan. Saanen ngagtaktak mapankan sa JAC Newborn Home and Builder Center.
As the heritage province of the North reopens to tourists, it launches the all-new Tour Ilocos Sur app. A quick guide to Ilocos Sur at your fingertips. Find the best tourist spots. Hotels. Bars and restaurants. and authentic Ilocos Sur products and food. Be updated on upcoming events, plus get notified on the important announcements and updates. Available for global download on Android and iOS. The Tour Ilocos Sur app. Historical becomes digital.
Only foods ba ang hanap mo? Kaya't mo mukbang ng basit ti budget. Kapangkan sa Books Eat Food Hub. Masarakan ti igit ti National Highway Barangay Kabarwan Bantay Ilocos Sur. Giseserve dati only wings, rice, lechon kawale, sisig kanda dumapay a pagpilian. In kayon ti Books Eat Food Hub. Matmatunan dito ni Miss Eileen Tolentino ken ni Miss Luenalo Manligues. And the food, ngem suwak sa bulsa. Kanya pa ituro oraya mo mapankan ti Books Eat Food Hub. Books Eat Food Hub, sigurado mabsog ta buksit mo. Nagbebero kay matinaimas nga pulutan wano dagiti maprito amakmakan. Sarakam lang ti Choylin Fried Station. Masarakan ti na duma-duma pwesto ti probinsya nga Ilocos Sur at dati ta syudad ti Vigan, Iliti Santo Domingo, Cabugao, Sinait, Narvacan, ken Canton City. At dapat pwesto na dita Abra ken pati Batak ken Lawag City, Ilocos Norte. At doon kita mabili mo pagpilian. At dati fried chicken, crispy pata, fried itik, lechon kawali, tokwat baboy ken pork sisig. Choylin Fried Station. Fried to perfection. No kaya't mo mati only rice ken only soup all you can, 3 mantas grill house lang sapat na. Ado na gini pagpilya mga combo meals nga sigurado aswak ti budget mo. Masarakan ti 3 mantas grill house sa Bayubay Sur, San Vicente, Ilocos Sur. What are you waiting for? Come and visit 3 mantas grill house today. Kung mahilig ka mat dagiti matuno makmakan, na tuno grill house lang ang iyong kailangan. Dahil offering chicken inasal, pork barbecue, chicken barbecue, only rice for inasal ken only chicken wings. Masarakan tinatulong grill house sa San Jose, Narvacan, Ilocos Sur. Anya pa ituro rayang, pasyara mo dagito nga panganan. Naimas tagdag no nananam timakan.
Kaya't mo kanayon na nakakondisyon ti motor mo, saan tayo abaybayan ngagdadael? Siguden na patarimaan, tadda tinalaing ken naanos a mekaniko, ken pagkagatangan ti high-end ken genuine a piyesa ti motorsiklo. King Rabe Motorcycle Parts Enterprises. Anyaman na piyesa ken brand ti motorsiklo kasapulan at daamin dita King Rabe Motorcycle Parts Enterprises. Saan kan ngagpaspasarak, mapankan di sigurado. Adupay di pagpilyan tinaduma-duma a brand affiliate, motor oil ken kumpleto apang setup. Pasyaren ti Pestuda sa Kabarwan, Santa Catalina, Ilocos Sur. At dapay branch na dita igid ti National Highway, Sunto, Bantay, Ilocos Sur, ken Sadyay, Dagupan City. Ride safety. Siguradwen anapintas ti kondisyon dagiti motorsiklo. Adda ti mapagtalkaan a King Rabe Motorcycle Parts Enterprises. Ken no kasapulan iloga na pagpasya ken adday ti darayan nyo nga okasyon. Kastapay no dasabaten nyo akaming ti pamilyayo abalikbayan at danda iti ban amarentaan. Kontakin nyo ti numero 0917-188-7507. Upwa ken imatmatonan da Bonnie ken Lynn Rabe. King Rabe Motorcycle Parts Enterprises.
Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives. Ti kooperatiba ang bayagin nga nagseserbi karang ti Ilocano iti amyanan a Luzon. Ti kooperatiba ang manpapaay ti serbisyo, benepisyo, ken mangisakit kariti empleyado ken miyembro na. Ti Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives wano NSCC ket adon tinatulungan na. Babayen med iti namayat alangin-langin ken kooperasyon dagiti miyembro ken mangimatmaton. Adon tinaturoasan ti kooperatiba. Adupay dagiti naynayon ang kasdek, akas ti NSCC Farm, Chicharon Processing Facility, Macro Laboratory, kastameten ti NSCC Plaza, ken NSCC Business Center. Isungan niya pelang ter orayam makikapengkan iti kadakilan a kooperatiba iti probinsya. Di Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives suman na NSCC, imatmatunan na daytoy ni Dr. Gibina Kenny.
Problema yu kadi iti panangalat ti student driving permit, renewal iti lisensya ngagmaneho, ken panang-upgrade iti restriction code dagiti lisensyayo. Solbaren dagiti nga problema yu iti RX Driving School. Ti RX Driving School ket accredited iti LTO ng eskwelaan amang ipaay kadagiti sumaganad. TDC wenno theoretical driving course. Kasapulan daytoy kadagiti mangalat ti student permit. PDC wenno practical driving course paramat kadagiti mangala iti non-prop wenno professional driver's license. Upgrading iti restriction code paramat kadagiti mangnayon iti mabalinda a manehuen ken ti special driving course paramat kadagiti kayat nga tagsursuro ngagmaneho iti motorsiklo, tricycle, four wheels, manual or automatic ken dumapay. Naanos ken nalaing dagiti driving instructors da nga accredited iti LTO. Dito'y 2nd District, masarakan ti RX Driving School iti National Highway, Barangay Tablak, Candon City, abay iti Sacred Heart Medical Laboratory. Dito'y mat 1st District, masarakan ti RX Driving School, abay mismo iti LTO. Dita poblasyon is San Ildefonso, Ilocos Sur. Ken dita probinsya ti Ilocos Norte, masarakan ti RX Driving School iti along the National Highway, Barangay Kalagip, Batak City, sango ti Lucondia Cultural Center ken Mariano Marcos Memorial Hospital. Asideg iti mismong LTO. No lisensya ti panagmaneho, ken nasaya ta pagsusuruan ngagmaneho, RX Driving School iti papanan. Para tadadong informasyon, tumawag wenno ag-text kayo iti 0917-578-3132 and 0917-811-0581. Dito 1st District San Ildefonso, 0917-306-3735. Itamot 2nd District Candon City, 0917-120-1745. Ken dita Batak City, 0917-329-0591. RX Driving School.
Rapaapo ganiti makay-ayo abuya iti uneg iti pagtaingam. Anyaman nagasapulam kas ti moderno a klase iti silaw ada dita ti chandelier LED lights ken dumapay. Kasabay kadagiti agkakapintas at toilet bowl, wall claddings, stainless sa lababo, kastamet ten na dumaduma ti klase na tiles ken dumapay ang materyales agkasapulan ti pagbangon ti balay. Pasyaren ti AC Newborn Home and Builder Center. Nalawa ti showroom da, agkomportable kang agpili ti kayat mo a disenyo. Mabalin pa'y nga isuda iti magi-set up kadagiti katangin. Masarakan sa Rizal Street, Sulphur, Bantay, Ilocos Sur. Imatmatunan na Mr. and Mrs. Alain Chan. Saanen ngagtaktak mapankan sa JAC Newborn Home and Builders Center.
As the Heritage Province of the North reopens to tourists, it launches the all-new Tour Ilocos Sur app. A quick guide to Ilocos Sur at your fingertips. Find the best tourist spots. Hotels. Bars and restaurants. And authentic Ilocos Sur products and food. Be updated on upcoming events, plus get notified on the important announcements and updates. Available for global download on Android and iOS. The Tour Ilocos Sur app. Historical becomes digital.
Ti Madaytayong Artificiales di Provincia de Ilocos Sur, to our Honorable Governor Jerry Singson, ably represented by Attorney Jana Singson, our very active Vice Gobernador, Honorable Ryan Luis Versosa Singson, Dagiti apong apokales sa mga apokal third branches, the honorable members of the Sangguniang Bayan headed by our very active Vice Mayor, Honorable Edwin Maribel Takpas, dagiti members, dagiti punong barangay, and dagiti konseho da, senior citizens, Sangguniang Kabataan, barangay health workers, barangay nutrition scholars, RIC, Department of Education Family, idawuluan ni Dr. Veronica Arvilo. Kada kayo amin na apo, awan labas na may bagarapi tayo amin. Sakpay ti amin, iyawag ko man ti nabara, nakablao kadagiti arangkada awardees, ang mapadayawan ita arabi, kastamet dagiti nasisirib nga board passers tayo, or honor graduates, ken municipal scholars. Ada tayo ti maudi arabi, ti panangramba may ka-duwagasot ken walapulo ken isa founding anniversary ti munisipyo tayo nga Santo Domingo. Kas makita tayo bayan ti panagtuli ti panawen matuma-tuma na panagpagkali ti ili tayo. Infrastructure and social economic development ket agtuloy lang ta ti progreso. Karamang ti infrastructure, dagiti naawa tayo nga national awards, kas Seal of Good Local Governance, Seal of Child-Friendly Municipality, number 3, Resiliency, Most Resilient Third-Class Municipality Award nationwide. Gawad Kalasag Award, ken Gawad Kalusugan. Alayat nga ron dito yung agundaway nga mangyayagkas ti panagyaman kada kayo amin ti panang support tayo kada nagi aktibidades i-fiesta tatay ko iti mampasin mudaag. Isapaw tayo ti agdama administrasyon. Kadagiti sponsors, donors, patrons, ti maduma-duma paset ti parambak. Agyaman kami unay kada kayo. Saan kayo may naganan, aminen ket ni Apo Diyos ti mangsupapa kada kayo. Hintay nga rin ituloy ti programa. Tanggayan tayo ti sunata et bayat hintay panagraragsak santay kuma diplipatan ti agyaman ken ni Apo Diyos. Kadagati parabaw na endawatan tayo kuma enkwana tinan anay a bendisyon ken tulong na nasapay kuma ket adupay at adupay atawen tintay panangamba ti fiesta. Diyos dagina ken naimbagarabi tayami Arangkada Progreso, Santo Domingo.
Thank you, Mayor. Palakpakan tayo mga po ikamaki ini Honorable Brian Dexter B. Batena. Sa runod ay garon at ingin pinasakit at sabiwing ngayon kada tayo ti S. Dinea Choir.
Kaya't kuman alagiped, lukasano ti pannakainaw daytoy nga pagpadayaw Arangkada Santo Domingo. Idi karumplongi ti administrasyon dahil di Mayor Floro Tabena, ti slogan na ket Arangkada Santo Domingo. Akas mangipasimudaan, tinapaspas a panagduras. Ti panagduras, ti ili ket agsadsada, kadagiti takyag, dagiti agindeg, nga ipanguluan dagiti profesional. Dagitoy ang kapangunutan, iso pinangibuksil, ti pannakairugi, ti Arangkada Award, ang nagbalinen, akatatanukan, apamadayaw, nga maiyawat, kadagiti umili, ang nagbalaygi, ti profesyon, ken bukasyon da, ang nakaited, ti dayaw, ti ili tayo. Dagiti mapadayawan itang arabi, maigitikit, tinaganda, ijay monumento, ti pagulidanan, nga addag jay laod nga abagatan ti Town Plaza, tapno at balinda apaset ti istorya ti Santo Domingo. Kita nga tawen ket adda upat nga mapadayawan iti medisina, edukasyon, government service ken barangay development. Ket babaen iti Committee on Arangkada Awards 2023 nga idawluan ti numotidya mapadayawan na nga mangiparang ti resultat ti panagpili. First, iti sektor ti medicine, our Arangkada awardee, Dr. Ernesto R. Taborda. Dr. Ernesto Taborda is a resident of Barangay Poblacion. Before we hand in the plaque of recognition, allow me to read the content. Republic of the Philippines, Municipality of Santo Domingo, the Heritage Province of Ilocos Sur. This Arangkada Award in Medicine is presented to Ernesto Taborda Jr. in grateful recognition for his commitment, compassion, and professionalism in the delivery of medical and social services to the people of Santo Domingo, the province of Ilocos Sur, and the people of the world as a Paul Harris Fellow, Fellow of Philippine Society of General Surgeons, and President of Ilocos Sur Medical Society. Given this 12th day of May in the year of our Lord, 2023 at Santo Domingo People's Coliseum on the occasion of Arrancada Progreso Town Fiesta. Signed, Honorable Brian Dexter V. Tadena, Municipal Mayor. Once again, congratulations, Dr. Ernesto Tagorda Jr.
Naimbag nga rabiyo amin, patpatgek nga kakailyak, ken sang sangaili nga idaulwan ni Attorney Jana Simpson, ken Vice Governor Ryan Simpson. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the local government unit of Santo Domingo, Ilocos, my hometown, headed by Honorable Mayor Brian Dexter Tadena, and of course, his officials. Thank you sa Committee on Awards, and thank you kay Barangay Captain Sohos Apollo Dondon Alvarado nga isulti nang nominate to inumotibyan to itong award. Maragsakan ang apo, ken mapadayawan ang unay, ken kumet nga i-share dahil ito yung pamadayaw kada kayo amin nakakailya. And especially, kada kitinagannak kanya, nga ni Maestra Restituta Tagorda, ken the late Postmaster Ernesto Tagorda Sr. And of course, to my family. I am very proud to inform you that I will be receiving also the most outstanding Physician Award in Manila Hotel this coming week. And I would like to share this week this award with you, my dear townies. Lastly, I would like to congratulate my awardees. Maraming salamat po. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Arrancada, Santo Domingo, Ilocos Sur. Thank you po.
To the men behind the progress of the province of Ilocos Sur, our Governor Jeremiah Singson and Vice Governor Ryan Singson, the LGU officials headed by our Municipal Mayor Brian Dexter Tadena, other guests, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I am absolutely thrilled and deeply honored to receive the Arrancada Todo Todo Award in the field of education. This award is truly an incredible recognition of years of hard work and dedication to the field that I have always been passionate about. To be recognized is both exciting and humbling, for I know that there are countless other individuals who are equally deserving. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to first, our Almighty, for always guiding and giving me wisdom in order to perform my task as an educational leader. Second, to the Arrancada Todo Todo organization, spearheaded by our young and versatile Municipal Mayor Brian Dexter Tadena, for this prestigious award. To Dr. Maria Corazon Tadena, our Municipal Administrator, for her motivation and encouragement. To my understanding and supportive husband, my ever-sacrificing and loving parents, my DepEd family, particularly Santo Domingo Integrated School family, my friends and colleagues who supported me throughout my journey in education, you all have played a significant role in shaping my career and helping me realize my potential as an educator. I will continue working hard to make a meaningful difference in the field of education. Thank you very much. Hindi yung kakadayaw nga bisita tayo, nga idadauluan ni Governor Jerry Simpson, nga ibagyan ni Attorney Jana Simpson, ken our BC Ryan Simpson, gagayen ken kakabsat na imbag arabi tayo amin. Una-unay, agyaman na iti local government nga idadauluan tiungoten tayo ang Mayor, Honorable Mayor Brian Dexter Cadena, ken daytoy a pamadayaw nga interview kanya akas pambigbig nga mesa kadagiti recipient iti 2023 Arangkada Todo Award in the field of government service. Ket detoy a pamadayaw ket agserbi nga inspirasyon ko tuloy ko nalata ti agserbi as ipupudno iti gobyerno tayo. Ket sapay ko aming nga kakailiak dito'y Santo Domingo, agbalinak to kumamit nga inspirasyon kanyayo. Kan manin, agyaman ang amin kanyayo ken naimbag arabi.
Nagiti isang sangayan nga sangayili, may danguluan ni Governor Jerry Simpson, kay representative na tayo ni Attorney Simpson. Ti nagaget nga Vice Governor tayo ni Governor Ryan Luis Simpson. Ti naregta ken naligtak nga mayor tayo ay sakbay na kablawak med gayam ti may isa nga member ti Sangguniang Panlalawigan nagabatak ni Pubukal 3rd Branches. Sa runok ni Mayor, sumarunomet nga kablaawak, ti Vice Mayor tayo, ni Vice Mayor, Honorable Vice Mayor Edwin Maribert Takbas, dagiti membros ti Sangguniang Bayan, nga dalitoy, ken nakay amin ang apo, nga kadwak ang serserbi ti gobyerno, ken amin nga dalitoy nga awan labas pa. Diyak ninamnama nga may saka dagiti mapili, nga mangawat iti prestigiyoso nga Arangkada Awards. No pay kastadya manak iti committee nga dadalwan ni Sir Russell. Ta nakita damit ti value dagiti sakripisyo ti maysa nga punong barangay akas kanya para iti development dagiti barangay. Ti may pagakapo no awat ti maysa nga Mayor Brian Dexter Cadena iti lugadan dagiti barangay narigat ag-perform, narigat ag-excel. Yung no agda, ti maysa nga Mayor Brian Dexter Cadena, iti likod, ti maysa nga punong barangay, we can easily perform. Mapatunayan dahi tapo, dagiti kakadwak, nga punong barangay, si Tiliga, ti Santo Domingo, Ilocos Sur. Saan nga po tuloy ito, kakadwak? Awan sabi ti manging kumasuporta. At daya ko. At dami, dagiti naayat nga tumultulong na membros ti Sangguniang Bayan, iti hili nga sa Domingo, idadalwan ni Honorable Vice Mayor Edwin Maribert Takbas. May panggemit ka dagiti legislative endeavors nga para iti pangtulong na dagiti barangay tapno dumuras. Itaton ko daytoy nga pampadayaw kadagiti kakadwak nga kapitanes. Taysuda po timang bukel Tiliga ti Santo Domingo datoy apagat free institute of training dagiti baro nga kapitanes. At 35 nga professor nun at 35 nga kritikom. No, meeting kami kasi dyan yung mapaspasama. Pag-adalan meet, experience itong galmaysa, iso nga nabilag yung mga iso nga kami, no kasano kami nga perform na dagiti parbarang kami. So nga italok, kaya iday-dayo ko, dagiti members tiriga, iti Santo Domingo chapter. O, belaktin kayo kanya ko. At kailangan po, i-dedicate ko dito yung pamadayaw na awat ko iti pamilya At that time, ni Mrs. ko, dapay ko makayat nga umay, she is suffering from arthritis. May pilit na natami. At dapat kumit, ito'y pambadayaw, at itidwangan lang kong at DJ Manila, o ibay adayuda, so dapat inspirasyon kong accept-selfie. I also dedicate this honor to the memory of my late father, Calixto Tabangor, who was once also a punong barangay Kalaya. With that, pasay ko na po, Arangkada Progreso Santo Domingo. Diyos diyan kinakadakayan.
Umuna-unay apo, kaya't kuman kablaawan itinataraki nga Vice-Gobernador tayo ni Honorable Ryan Luis V. Singson. Kastamet apo iti kagagetan na Sangguniang Panlalawigan member ni Honorable 3rd Ranches. Kablaawak met apo iti nagaget nga mayor tayo piili iti Santo Domingo ni Honorable Brian Dexter Tadena. Kastamet nagadi Sangguniang Bayan members, SK Federated Cherry Ann, whom I met personally a while ago, our Municipal Administrator, Dr. Mary Tadena, and the First Lady of the town, Miss Marjorie Tadena, and also the Arangkada awardees. Palakpakan tayo isuda apo. Kani kada kayo amin apo nga awan labas na. Dispensaran yon apo, uray lati ayat ni lolong ko nga makiparagsak iti etoy na selebrasyon. Madamapay lang na ang pagpapig sa isuna. Ngem, mailiw suna kinyayon apo, mailiw suna iti tattao ti probinsya Ilocos Suren. So nga, pinadalanak tatta apo tapno maipadanon iti ayat ken suportana para kada kayo. So nga apo, palubusan dak kuma nga basaen iti nabara nga mensahe iti gobernador iti Ilocos Sur. Naimbag Arabi, Fiesta is a special time to celebrate the breakthroughs, journeys, and downfalls of the people. It is a coming together to show the joy and love for one another as one municipality. We rejoice as one family. We take pride in our achievements as a community and join each other as brothers and sisters for our municipality. These are the ingredients of the continued development of Santo Domingo. Naragsak to'y riknak ang makita o may kayo amin, makidanggay, anyaman iti estado ti biyag, tawen, ken katatao. Ipagpakita tayo, ipanagayat ti maysa ken maysa. Ipasimudaag daytoy at ti Santo Domingo ket makipagmaymaysa ti gagar tinumutibiyang para tinatibtibker ken naragragsak awan Ilocos Sur. I congratulate Mayor Brian Dexter Tadena, Vice Mayor Mabet Takbas, and the honorable members of the Sangguniang Bayan and the whole LGU and all barangays of Santo Domingo for being able to stage this unifying celebration. Ken nang nangruna kada kayo amin apo at taga Santo Domingo, agtultuloy a suportayo kadagiti programa ti agdamang administrasyon. Iabrasak ti kablaaw ko tinaragsak na Apik Festival. Happy Fiesta and continue the celebration with pride and happiness as one Santo Domingo, one Ilocos Sur. Diyos unay ti agina.
Tuloy ako. Thank you, Apo mga itortoro. Manamin na po, kaplawan tayo iti kasisingpetan ng pati. Dito yung buong Ilocos Sur. Awan sa bali, tigayem tayo po, ni Apo Reverend Father Felix Costales. Tiya nagaget, nga bukal tayo. Ni Apo bukal 3rd Ranches. Tinalaing magaget kaya napudno agserbi nga gayem tayo iti ama iti ili ti Santo Domingo awan sa bali ni Apo Mayor Brian Dexter Tadena. May samet ng gayem kaya nagigit nga serserbi iti Vice Mayor ni Apo Babet Takbas kaya kasyaymet Apo iti nagigit nga Sangguniang Bayan members ti ili tayo nga Santo Domingo. SK Federated President Jelly Ann Rose Tinto, kiniti PPSK Santo Domingo, municipal employees, heads and representatives of national government agencies and NGOs, Arangkada awardees, board passers, honor graduates and scholars. Yan, katakayamin na po ng inspirasyon ko nagserserbi na imbag na oras. Munami na po, yaman ang unay, ipanangipitaryo, to'y mudibiyang na umay makiragragsak tatakarabiin, kablawan kaya po, iti naraksak nga panagpiesta, ili, di Santo Domingo. After almost 3 years, back to normal tayo na po. I-declare iti Department of Health nga nalpasan na po iti COVID-19 pandemic. Iti probinsya tayong Ilocos, iso po iti kababaan, iti COVID cases ken COVID deaths na tipo nga Region 1. Kita nyo apo, di kita kaabayo. Da kayo apo iti rason no apay nga very successful iti laban iti probinsya tayong Ilocos iti COVID-19 pandemic. Data apo babaen iti napintas ng kooperasyon ken panagtitindulong kay amin apo. Tubidibiyang agyamyaman na kunay, kinyayo amin na pong taga Santo Domingo. Ni Apo Presidente Duterte, ni Apo Presidente BBM, di plano na Apo ket babaen iti Philippine Development Plan for 2023-2028 ket dapat agbalin tayo nga self-sufficient ng nangruna ti agrikultura. Naswerte tayo po, kananipon ini 2013, data apo iti mesa nga legacy or napintas na programa nga inaramid tayo. Tayo di 2013, tinulungan tayo apo, digito'y kakapsat tayo nga mannalon kan mangala. Tayo probinsya tayo Ilocos apo ket agricultural province pa lang. Iso nga deta apo ti mesa nga priority projects nga naramid tayo. Tasano tayo apo nga matulungan. Ket ti plano tayo apo hindi ket pababaen iti gastos iti amin nga trabaho ti agrikultura nya ti naramid tayo apo. Nanten tayo iti libre nga traktor, libre nga water pump, libre nga hose, libre nga fertilizer, libre nga seeds. Malagi piya po, DJ Ryan's Rice ken Ryan's Court nga apapala na po iti naduma-dumang probinsya. Ket very successful ako. Ket nga programa tayo inggan na po ket isomet iti araramiden iti provincial government. Data po ket nagapo iti punto nga RA 7171. Kanay kung ibang baga po data nga punto haang ko nga punto data punto yo amin rempeg na lang po nagsubliken niyayo iti napipintas nga programa ken proyekto nga dapat da kayo met lang po iti makinabang ken detoy nga pondo. Aside from the farm inputs or agricultural inputs ket maragsakan na po nga ag-report kinyayo babayan lang. Iti napintas nga kooperasyon ken pinagtitinulong mi met ken Apo Mayor Brian ken digitoy nalalaing nga kakapitanes tayo Apo nga isuda iti nang pili nga digitoy nga projects nga nang paprogreso iti ili tayo nga Santo Domingo. Nanipod iti 2013 at inem na flood control projects ngay naramit tayo Apo 5 nga farm to market roads, 12 covered courts, 20 multi-purpose buildings, 11 school repairs and improvements, Santo Domingo Beach Road, construction of daycare center, and multi-purpose dry pavement nga iso Apo iti rason no apay nga tuloy iti pinagprogreso iti ili tayo nga Santo Domingo. Amin di kita Apo, kita kayo tinagpili di kita nga projects awan Apo ti haan nga tayo Apo iti nagpili or nagsurat di kita nga resolution or request. Kita tamen Apo nga tayo iti Vice Gobernador iti probinsya tayong Lungsod antayo met Apo mga pag-implement iti projects data ngem datayo met Apo tiga ka-approve iti pondo iti probinsya tayo nga Ilocos. No mangipasa ni Apo Mayor iti budget proposal di Sangguniang Palalawigan nagpatang kami met ti aming apokales ken ni Apo third branches nga daman budget proposal awan ti meeting Apo awan ti patang-patang aprobaran mi ngayong sigida di kita nga request ni Apo Mayor kaammo mi Apo na priority projects ken na pundo nga projects di kita iso nga no makita mi natulbitibiyang Apo siya iti chairman iti appropriation siya Apo ti mangkita ti amin nga pondo ti amin nga ili dito'y probinsya tayong Lumusur ito makita nga napipintas na projects ken programs natin ka na hindi magmagapo approve without thinking namnamain ni Metapo to'y anak ken kapsatyo ni Ryan Singson at tutuloy lang na Apo nga agserving na pudno para kenyayo amin tatlong tultuloy ti merang progreso iti ay ayaten tayo na probinsya tayong Lumusur ken iti ay ayaten tayo Apo nga ili tayo nga Santo Domingo. Namnamay Apo Mayor nga nadaman di gito'y kasapulan nyo nga financial assistance healthcare or nyaman di tapo ket ano sa nilang tapo nga namnamay nyo na tumulong timtibiyang kunak naron kanayon na ito'y opisina iti PC Gobernador Yapo ket nakalukat kanayon nakasagana na tumulong kenyayo amin Apo manen agyaman na punay ken happy fiesta Santo Domingo ni Apo Jerry ng tentatay Apo ti 100,000 ket tumiti yang met Apo mangibati met iti 50,000 tapno naraglag sakpay ti nagpiesta tayo dito ili tayo nga Santo Domingo manen gusto ni Gina ken na imbag oras katakayan nila po.
Thank you sir palagpagan tayo na po itinaayat ken manakitulong nga may kadwa nga mag-ili Honorable Ryan Luis B. Singson.
Ilocosur Agenda. Ditoy ipakabuyaan ken pakadamagan dagiti mapaspasamak tuneg isang bunyang panlalawigan diti probinsya tayo nga Ilocosur. Idawluan data ti aktibo ken nasaririt nga presiding officer the BC Gobernador Ryan Luis Singson. Pagkatratarang dagiti ordinansa ken resolution nga gapo manipod iti naduma-duma nga LGUs ditoy probinsya ken dagiti importante apag sasaritaan amay datag itunay iti sanggunyang panlalawigan. Di Ilocosur Agenda, di Ilocosur Agenda, di 11 sanggunyang panlalawigan iti probinsya tayo nga Ilocosur.
Good afternoon. The 32nd regular session of the 11th Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Ilocosur is about to start. May I remind everyone to put your mobile phones and other gadgets on silent mode and to please observe proper decorum during the conduct of session. Thank you.
Good afternoon. The 32nd regular session of the 11th Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Ilocosur is about to start. May I remind everyone to put... Ay, sorry! Walang rin. Hindi na lang no... attentive kaya lang. Thank you, Sergeant at Arms. Once again, good afternoon. Our 32nd regular session is called to order. Let us all rise for the opening prayer to be led by Honorable Ronnie Rapalot, to be followed by the singing of the Pambansang Awit and the Ilocosur hymn. Please be seated. May I request the Secretary to call the attendance to determine the presence of a quorum.
Good afternoon, Your Honors. For today's session, our presiding officer will be our Vice Governor, Honorable Ryan Luis Singson. Members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan present today are as follows: the Honorable Fred Rapanan Sr., the Honorable Ron Rapanon, Honorable Christopher Abraham Peperina, Honorable Art Constantine Wandasan, Honorable Francisco Arturo Ranches III, Honorable Mildred Elido, Honorable Virginia Cordero Pedrito, Honorable Jaime Simpson, Honorable Constante Benson, and Honorable Jerina Joyce Tagios. On official leave are Honorable Erickson Simpson, Honorable Benjamin Bagkay, and Honorable Leopoldo Heronia Jr. And on official business is Honorable Elpidio Ines Sr. With that, Your Honor, we have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. There being a quorum, let us now proceed to the reading and approval of the minutes of the 31st regular session of the 11th Sangguniang Panlalawigan held on May 9, 2023. May we call on Honorable Peng Baterina.
Thank you, Your Honor. I move that we dispense with the reading and approve the minutes entirely.
So there's a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes of the 31st regular session held last May 9, 2023, and to approve the same in its entirety. Are there any second? Duly seconded. Are there any objections? I hear none. So the minutes of the 31st regular session is now duly approved. We now move to the first reading and referrals. There are 26 items to be referred for this session. Since copies of the agenda have been provided to each member beforehand, let us dispense with the reading of the titles and only the item number or numbers under their respective committees will be read. Items number 1 to 3, Committee on Rules and Amendments. Items number 4, Committee on Education. Item number 5, Committee on Culture, Arts, and Living Treasure. Item number 6, Joint Committees on Boundary Disputes and on Land Use, Urban Planning and Housing. Item number 7 to 9, Committee on Labor, Overseas and Local Employment, and Civil Service. Item number 10,
Committee on People and Civil Society Organizations. Item number 11 to 17, Committee on City, Municipal Affairs and Review of City Municipal Statutes. Item number 18 to 26, Committee on Finance and Appropriation. Are there any objections or comments regarding the referrals? I hear none. Then so be it. We proceed to the committee reports. First, we have here the Committee on Labor, Overseas and Local Employment and Civil Service. May I call on Honorable Napanot to deliver his committee report.
Very much, Mr. Presiding Officer. We have 3 items under the Committee on Labor. First is the endorsement number 2022-67 of the Honorable Governor Jeremiah Jerry C. Singson on the letter of Mr. Mario Arroeros, General Services Officer, requesting for the abolition and creation of positions and for the filling up. Number 2, endorsement number 2023-03 of the Honorable Governor Jeremiah Jerry C. Singson on the letter of Engineer Leonard R. Pascual, Assistant Provincial Engineer, OIC Provincial Engineer's Office, and Assistant Provincial Engineer, OIC Provincial Engineer's Office, requesting for the abolition and creation of positions at the said office. And number 3, endorsement number 2023-12 of the Honorable Governor Jeremiah Jerry C. Singson on the letter of Miss Erlinda A. Baltasar, Provincial Agriculturist, requesting for the abolition and creation of positions at the Office of Provincial Agriculturist. Findings: the provincial government of Ilocos Sur is consistent with its trust of efficient and effective delivery of basic services to the people. In line with this, the Honorable Governor submitted the above stated endorsements to the 11th Sambiang Paralawigan of Ilocos Sur for legislative action. As to the request, the following positions requested for abolition are vacant and considered unnecessary to it. GSO, we have items number 286 and 287, administrative aid 3, both are administrative aid 3, salary 3. For the office of the provincial engineer, we have item number 1041, construction and maintenance man, 1065 and 1071, also construction and maintenance man with salary grade 2. Office of the Provincial Agriculturist, item number 941, Agricultural Center Chief with salary grade 20. Item number 943, Agriculturist 2, salary grade 15, and item number 976, Administrative Officer 1, salary 10. The following requested positions for creation are necessary and vital positions of the concerned offices, which are the following. For the General Services Office, number of items to be created, there are 3, and the position is Administrative Aid 1 or Utility Worker 1, salary grade 1. So there are 3 positions there. For the Office of the Provincial Engineer, we have also 2 items. One for Engineer 1 with salary 212, and another Administrative Aid 3 or Clerk 1, salary grade 3. For the Office of the Provincial Agriculturist, there are 5 positions to be created. 1, Engineer 4 or Agricultural and Biosystems Engineer, salary grade 22.
1. Engineer 3, Agricultural and Biosystems Engineer, salary 19. 1. Engineer 2 for Agricultural and Biosystems Engineer, salary 16. And 2. Farm Workers 1 with salary 2. As mandated under the Local Government Code of 1991, local government units shall design its own organizational structure, taking into consideration its service requirements and financial capability, subject to the minimum standards and guidelines prescribed by the Civil Service Commission. The committee finds that it is the prerogative of the provincial government to create new positions as long as it has not exceeded the personal services capacity as mandated under Section 325 of the same code. Moreover, as discussed and agreed upon by the members of the Local Finance Committee, Chief of Offices, and the Chairman of this committee, the requirements for abolition and likewise the creation of the said positions had complied with the pertinent rules and guidelines and found no violation of such, and that the matter be given favorable attention inasmuch as it is funding for the purpose. The recommendation of the Committee on Labor, Overseas and Local Employment and Civil Service respectfully recommends for the adoption of this committee report, and humbly request that the above stated endorsement from the Honorable Governor be calendared for second reading on the next regular session. May I so move, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion for the adoption of the committee report and calendaring the 3 endorsements from the Honorable Governor for second reading in the next regular session. Do I hear any second? Duly seconded. The committee report is adopted and the 3 endorsements from the Honorable Governor are hereby calendared for second reading in the next regular session. Moving on to Committee on Finance and Appropriation, the Vice Chairman of the Committee, Honorable Rafanan, is recognized.
My honor to read the report of the Honorable Presiding Officer, the Chairman of the Committee on Finance and Appropriation. For item number 2.1, Resolution number 51 series of 2020 of Narcocan requesting the provincial government of Luzon through the provincial governor, Honorable Jeremiah Simpson, and the Vice Governor, Honorable Brian Simpson, to provide financial assistance for the priority infrastructure projects in the municipality. Findings as per review, the above-mentioned subject is a request for financial assistance for the priority infrastructure projects of the municipality addressed to the Honorable Governor and Vice Governor of the province for their appropriate action and not a review for a legislative measure. Hence, the recommendation, the Committee on Finance and Appropriation hereby recommends for the adoption of this committee report and further recommends that the said measure be forwarded to the addressee for their proper action and be deleted in the agenda. This committee report is signed by Honorable Vice Governor Ryan Simpson as the Chairman and Mr. Jordan as the Vice Chairman. Mr. Presiding Officer, I move for the adoption of the committee report.
Any second? Duly seconded. Item number 2.1 is hereby deleted in the agenda. Please continue, Honorable
For the next item, Mr. Presiding Officer, is the endorsement of Honorable Governor Jeremiah Simpson on the letter of Engineer Leonard Pasqua requesting for the amendment of the project title, location, and amount of infrastructure projects to be funded from RA 7171 with Provincial Resolution number 0468 series of 2022. Findings.
The above-mentioned endorsement was withdrawn last March 29 for further study and deliberation. Recommendation: the committee recommends for the adoption of this committee report and to be deleted in the agenda. This was signed by the Honorable Presiding Officer, Honorable Vice Governor Ryan Simpson, and Judge Rodriguez. I move for the adoption of this committee report, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Any second? Duly seconded. Item number 2.2 is also deleted in the agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Let us proceed to the meeting. May we recognize Honorable Benito for the Committee on Trade and Industry and Industrial Development.
Honorable colleagues, this draft ordinance is entitled An Ordinance Creating a Seal of Good Quality Product in the Province of Ilocos Sur and Appropriating Funds thereof, authored by Honorable Christopher Abram Baterina and yours truly. For the reason that the committee will still have to sit down for a couple of hearings for perusal and further study, may I move that the subject draft ordinance be laid on the table, Mr. Presiding Officer.
So there's a motion for the draft ordinance to be laid on the table. Any second? Duly seconded. The subject draft ordinance creating a seal of good quality product in the province of Ilocos Sur is laid on the table.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you. Next is the Committee on Rules and Amendments. May I know if the Vice Chairman is ready to deliver the report? Honorable Rapanot? Always ready.
Thank you very much, Mr. Presiding Officer. The first item under the Committee on Rules is a resolution authorizing the Honorable Governor Jeremiah C. Simpson to enter into a contract of lease with different local government units and private entities for all equipment of the province. Whereas subject for legislative action of the 11th Sambian Palalawigan of Ilocos Sur is the endorsement letter of the Honorable Governor Jeremiah C. Simpson requesting for deposits of a resolution to authorize him to represent the province to enter in the contract of lease with the different local government units and private entities for all equipment of the province. Whereas Section 465 of RA 7168, it provides that the provincial governor, as the chief executive of the provincial government, shall represent the province in all its business transactions and sign in its behalf all bonds, contracts, and obligations and such other documents upon authority of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan pursuant to law or ordinances. Whereas Section 22 of the same Act states that no contract may be entered into by the local chief executive in behalf of the local government unit without prior authorization by the Sangguniang concerned. Now therefore, the 11th Sangguniang Palalawigan of Ilocos Sur, in session assembled, on motion of yours truly, be it resolved, as it is hereby resolved, to authorize the Honorable Governor Jeremiah C. Simpson to enter into a contract of lease with the different local government units and private entities for all equipments of the province. Mr. Presiding Officer, attached to the resolution are a list of charges, rental charges, and the like. So, if there are no questions relevant to this resolution, may I move for its approval? Mr. Presiding Officer.
Yes, Honorable Rapanot.
Through enough, Mr. President, ensure that it is the governor that will assign these contracts, all contracts. And I'm not objecting to it. Actually, you want to propose na sana to resolution magiging ordinance sana lang because this is very permanent in nature. Secondly, as long as it will not contradict the approved rates or ordinances in sa ways and means. Basta isulat na tagpirma na hana i-contradict na ginapauparan tayo, well, this is well fine and good. We just want to remind yung contract of peace is only ministerial to part of the government. Kasi abot na mabaling nagpirma na ako rawero sila talaga agad na niya government nagpirma. Basta wala natin yung contradictions na nag-iwan natin na kumaran, rates. Dapat lang ang governor natin mag-iwan. Yan lang po ang ating reminder sa
Thank you, Honorable Alfano.
Paragraph 2 of the resolution, Mr. Presiding Officer, the last portion of which states that the Chief Executive of the Provincial Government shall represent the province in all its business transactions and sign in its behalf all bonds, contracts, and obligations, and such other documents upon authority of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan pursuant to law and or ordinance or ordinances. So in other words, it should be pursuant to our ordinance. So if we have an ordinance relevant to this matter, then that should be followed. So there's no problem about it. Besides, if there is a violation on the part of the Chief Executive, that act may always be cancelled or ordered nullified, Mr. President. So, no more questions?
Yeah. Any questions, no more? Okay, there's a motion for the approval of the aforementioned measure on its second reading. Are there any second? Second. Duly seconded. The said legislative measure is now approved. We move to the next item on the agenda, which is the review matters. For the Committee on Land Use, Urban Planning, and Housing, the gentleman from Vigan City, Honorable Francisco Ranches III, is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. I move for the deferment of the committee report until next session.
The subject municipal statute is deferred. Next is the Committees on City Municipal Affairs and Review of City Municipal Statutes. May we recognize Honorable Jaime Singson.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Item number 1. Ordinance number 11, 2023 of Santa Maria, amending Section 2 of Ordinance number 19, 2012, entitled An Ordinance Transferring the Tax Declaration of Real Properties of School Site from the municipal government to the name of the different schools in the municipality of Santa Maria. Number 2, Ordinance number 6, 2023 of Cabugao, ratifying the subsidiary loan agreement for the term loan 14, or the construction of a 2-story modern contemporary legislative building, and term loan number 15, expansion, improvement of municipal public cemetery phase. For item number 1, Mr. Presiding Officer, findings, Section 468 of the Republic Act 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, provides that the Sangguniang Panlalawigan has the power to review all ordinances approved by the Sanggunians on component cities and municipalities. After a thorough review and careful study of the city and or municipal statute of Santa Maria, the committee found that the ordinance has been enacted within the powers, duties, and functions of the said LGU and not contrary to any existing law, rule, or regulations. Recommendation, the Committee on City and Municipal Affairs and Review of City Municipal Statutes respectfully recommends for the adoption of the committee report for Santa Maria, and the committee further recommends for the approval of the said ordinance.
There is a motion for adoption of the committee report and approval of the 2 municipal ordinances. Any second? Duly seconded. The committee report is hereby adopted and the 2 municipal ordinances are now approved.
Mr. Presiding Officer, just one.
Yes, Honorable
Number 1 po. Number 2,
just one.
for deferment.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so the other municipal ordinance. Next is the Committee on Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Again, I'm honored to read the report of the Committee Chair on Economic and Finance, Honorable Vice Governor Ryan Simpson. Appropriation Ordinance number 03 series of 2020 to Kawain to Sur, appropriating amount of 2,700,758.51 from RA 7171 Municipal Share. Number 2, Appropriation Ordinance number 02-2020-59, approving the realignment of funds involving an amount of 7,450,409 pesos, originally appropriated under Appropriation Ordinance number 2-2022. Number 3, Resolution number 2023-032 of Santa Cruz, or Santa Lucia, approving the realignment of project under SP Appropriation Ordinance number 02, series of 2018, funded under RA 7171. Number 4, Ordinance number 1071 of Canton City, realigning the amount of 599,000 pesos from the funds allotted for the purchase of the CDRR and tools, gadgets, equipment, and vehicles under the 2018 LDRM Fund to installation of traffic signages. And number 5, Resolution number 183-2022 Canton, approving the supplemental annual investment program number 2 of the city for calendar year 2023. Findings as per review, the above-mentioned measures are within the powers of the local government units and the programs are crafted in consonance with the law. Recommendation, the Committee on Finance and Appropriations hereby recommends for the adoption of this committee report and further recommends for the subsequent approval of the legislative measures as reviewed above, signed by the Honorable Chairman, Honorable Vice Governor Ryan Simpson, and yours truly as the Vice Chairman. I move for the adoption, Mr. Chairman, and the approval.
There's a motion for the adoption of the committee report and for the approval of the 5 appropriation ordinances from different LGUs. Any second? Duly seconded. I hear no objection. The committee report is hereby adopted and the 5 appropriation ordinances from the different LGUs are now duly approved. Moving on to the measures on 3rd reading for the Committee on Agriculture and Fisheries. You may proceed on the
Mr. Chair, for the 3rd reading is ministerial already, an ordinance creating provincial monitoring task force for illegally caught marine products and other illegal fishing activities within the territorial jurisdiction of the province of Ilocos. This was offered by Honorable Christopher Maternal Story. For the 3rd reading, I move for its approval.
There's a motion for the draft ordinance creating the Market Monitoring Task Force for illegally caught marine products for approval on its 3rd and final reading. Any second? Duly seconded. I hear no objection. The ordinance creating the Market Monitoring Task Force for illegally caught marine products is now duly approved on its 3rd and final reading.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer and colleagues.
Thank you. We now proceed on Honorable Art Wandasan.
Good afternoon, Sir Presiding Officer, As the Vice Chairman on the Committee on Health, I was tasked to read the committee report on the draft ordinance authored by Honorable Gina Cordero Feminito entitled An Ordinance Creating a Separate Geriatric Ward for Senior Citizens at the Ilocos Sur Provincial Hospital, Gabriela Silang, and to all district hospitals in the province. For the findings, as agreed during the meeting, this ordinance will be authored by Honorable Erickson Singson. Further, instead of using the separate geriatric ward in the title, it will be geriatric facility. The word facility will be replacing the word ward all throughout the ordinance. Senior citizens or elderly patients will be treated by the general medical services like the rest of the patients, with specific needs as to medical care, taking medications, and such other attention that redound to their well-being. In case the geriatrics facility has reached its full bed capacity, the senior citizens or elderly patients will be temporarily stay at a regular facility until there is a vacant space available at the geriatric facility. In addition, a priority lane and the dedicated consultation rooms for senior citizens at the outpatient department or OPD will be created. Funds for the implementation of this program shall be taken from the general fund of the provincial government of Ilocos Sur. For the recommendation, the Committee on Health and Sanitation respectfully recommends for the adoption of this committee report, and the committee further recommends that this measure be calendared for second reading in the next regular session. I so move, Mr. President.
There is a motion for the adoption of the committee report and for the approval of the draft ordinance and calendaring the same for second reading next session. Any second? Duly seconded. I hear no objection. The committee report is hereby adopted and the draft ordinance is calendared for second reading next session.
Thank you, Mr. President. Officer.
Thank you. Good government on labor, overseas and local employment, and civil service, and on youth and sports development. The item is deferred. Let us proceed to the unassigned business and other matters. We have 3 board members who earlier signified to tackle measures on assigned business and other matters. In order, first will be Honorable Rapanot, second, Honorable Wandasan, and third, Honorable Third.
Thank you very much, Mr. Presiding Officer. I have 3 items under the Committee on Rules. The first is a resolution authorizing the Honorable Governor Jeremiah C. Singson to represent the provincial government of Ilocos Sur to sign, enter, and execute a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Health, Center for Health Development 1 for the deployment of physicians who finished the residence training program. This is item number 1 under the first reading and referrals. Whereas RA number 7160 states that the functions and responsibilities for the delivery of basic health services and other related facilities have been transferred from DOH to the local government unit. Whereas EO number 102 mandates the Department of Health to provide assistance to local government units in effectively implementing programs, projects, and services for the provision of health care services to every Filipino. Whereas Republic Act number 11223, otherwise known as the Universal Health Care Act of 2019, states that the DOH shall deploy health workforce under the National Health Workforce Support System to augment
human resource needs in public health systems. Whereas, to ensure the availability of skilled health professionals who can deliver quality health care services in priority poor and underserved areas, the DOH shall deploy physicians who finish the residency training program in DOH teaching and training hospital as human resource complement in government hospitals in priority underserved areas. Now therefore, the 11th Assembly of Palaluyan and Ilocos in session assembled on motion of yours truly, be it resolved as it is hereby resolved to authorize the Honorable Governor Jerry C. Singson to represent the provincial government of Ilocos Sur to sign, enter, and execute a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Health, Center for Health Development 1 for the deployment of physicians to finish the residency training program. May I just read all the three resolutions, Mr. Presiding Officer, before I will move for approval, or I will move one after the other. So if I may, I move for the approval of...
Sabay kayo di talon? Or one by one?
One by one, Mr. Presiding. Now I move for the approval of this resolution, which is item number 1 in the first reading and referrals, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Okay, there's a motion for the approval of item number 1 in the first reading and referrals. Any second? Duly seconded. I hear no objection. So approved.
The second item under the first reading and referrals, Mr. Presiding Officer, is a resolution authorizing the Honorable Governor Jerry C. Singson to represent the provincial government of Ilocos Sur to sign, enter, and execute a memorandum of agreement with the National Police Commission for the funding of the cost of the conduct of NAPOLCOM entrance and promotional examinations. Whereas Section 6, Article 16 of the 1987 Constitution mandates the establishment of one police force which shall be national in scope and civilian in character, to be administered and controlled by a National Police Commission. Whereas Republic Act 6975, known as the DILG Act of 1990, as amended by RA 8551, or the Philippine National Police Reform and Reorganization Act of 1998, gave flesh to this constitutional provision by creating, among others, the Philippine National Police and the National Police Commission, or NAPOLCOM, wherein the latter was mandated to exercise administrative control over the former. Whereas pursuant to Section 22 of RA 6975 as amended, the NAPOLCOM is mandated to conduct the PHP entrance examination for civilians desiring to enter the police service and uniformed personnel and of the Philippine National Police respectively. Whereas the provincial government of Ilocos Sur, through Honorable Jeremiah C. Singson, has expressed interest to provide assistance to the NAPOLCOM and the constituents of the entire province of Ilocos Sur. Whereas Section 465 of RA 7160, it provides that the provincial government, as the chief executive of the provincial government, shall represent the province in all its business transactions and sign in its behalf all bonds, contracts, and obligations, and such other documents upon authority of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan or pursuant to law or ordinances. Whereas Section 22 of the same Act states that no contract may be entered into by the local chief executive in behalf of the local government unit without prior authorization by the Sangguniang concerned. Now therefore, the 11th Sangguniang Panlalawigan Ilocos Sur, in session assembled on motion of yours truly, duly seconded, be it resolved as it is hereby resolved to authorize the Honorable Governor Jeremiah C. Singson to represent the provincial government of Ilocos Sur
to sign, enter, and execute a memorandum of agreement with the National Police Commission or NAPOLCOM for the funding of the cost of the examination. May so move for approval, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Any second? Duly seconded. I hear no objection, so approved.
The third item, Mr. Presiding Officer, is a resolution authorizing the Honorable Governor Jeremiah C. Singson to represent the provincial government officer to sign, enter, and execute a memorandum of agreement for the implementation of the project province-wide Carabao-based business improvement network. Whereas the Local Government Code of 1991 accords every local government unit power and authority to promote the general welfare of all its residents within its territorial jurisdiction through programs and services such as the promotion of an enabling environment for food and livelihood security. Whereas the PLGU Ilocos fully appreciates the importance of collaborative and developmental partnership networks in attaining sustainable development objectives of inclusive growth and poverty reduction. Whereas the PLGU or Ilocos continually endeavors to provide the enabling environment for the private sector and ultimate benefits of their constituents, particularly to provide food and livelihood assurance through a stable, economically and environmentally sound public policies and services. Whereas Section 465 of RA 7160 provides that the provincial governor, as the chief executive of the provincial government, shall represent the province in all its business transactions and sign in its behalf all bonds, contracts, and obligations, and such other documents upon authority of the Sangguniang Palalawigan or pursuant to law or ordinances. Whereas Section 22 of the same Act states that no contract may be entered into by the local chief executive in behalf of the local government unit without prior authorization by the Sangguniang concerned. Now therefore, 11 Sangguniang Palalawigan of Ilocos in session assembled on motion of your story, be it resolved as it is hereby resolved to authorize the Honorable Governor Jeremiah C. Singson to represent the provincial government of Ilocos to sign, enter, and execute a memorandum of agreement for the implementation of the project province-wide Carabao-based business improvement network. May I so move for approval, Sir Presiding Officer.
Any second? Duly seconded. I hear no objection, so approved. Thank you, Honorable Mandasan. You are now recognized.
Good afternoon once again, Mr. Presiding Officer. May I be allowed to read the title of the resolution and at the same time read some pertinent provisions?
Go ahead, please.
We have here a resolution adopting the newly identified and registered cultural properties of the province of Ilocos to be included in the local cultural property registry of the province of Ilocos. Whereas Section 14, Article 5 of Republic Act 10066 provides that all cultural properties of the country deemed important to cultural heritage shall be registered in the Philippine Registry of Cultural Property. The Commission, through the appropriate cultural agencies and local government units, shall establish and maintain this registry. Whereas the following were newly identified and registered cultural properties of the province of Ilocos. So the first tangible cultural properties is the Pandan Seaport located in Kawayan. Second is the Nuestra Señora de la Esperanza Parish Church located also in Kawayan. And third is Balay Ili de Kawayan. Fourth is the Shrine of Our Lady of Piat located in San Juan. Fifth is Belfry located also in San Juan. The sixth is the Parish Rectory Convent also located in San Juan. Mr. Presiding Officer, my request for the immediate approval of this resolution.
There's a motion for the approval of item number 5 in the first reading and referrals. Any second? Second. Duly seconded. I hear no objection, so approved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Honorable Clerk, you are now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. This is item number 6, under the first reading and referrals. A resolution requesting the Land Management Bureau to correct the land area of the municipality of Sugpon in the province of Ilocos Sur in accordance with the Supreme Court decision in the case of municipality of Bacon versus municipality of Sugpon as the basis for the release of the National Tax Allotment or the NTA of the province and the municipality of Sugpon. Whereas the 11th Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Ilocos Sur approved resolution number 0281 series of 2023 requesting the secretaries of the Department of Finance, Department of Budget and Management, and the Department of Interior and Local Government to correct the land area of the municipality of Sugpon and the province of Ilocos Sur in accordance with the Supreme Court decision as the basis of the release of the National Tax Allotment of the province and the municipality of Sugpon. Whereas, Department of Budget and Management sent a reply informing this august body that the computation of shares of the LGU is consistent with the codal formula and factors prescribed under the Local Government Code of 1991 and relevant provisions of the applicable General Appropriations Act, taking into considerations the fiscal year 2001 Land Management Bureau certified master release of the land area. Whereas DPM further recommends referring the request for the change of land area measuring of Sugpon and the province of Ilocos Sur to LMB as it falls under the factional jurisdiction. Whereas the increase in the land area of the municipality of Sugpon shall affect in the land area of the province, thereby raising the respective shares of the national tax allotment. Now, therefore, the 11th Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Ilocos Sur in session assembled, duly seconded, in session assembled, resolved as it hereby resolved to request the Land Management Bureau to correct the land area of the municipality of Sugpon and the province of Ilocos Sur in accordance with the Supreme Court decision in the case of Bacon versus Sugpon, promulgated on April 20, 2022 as the basis for the release of the national tax allotment of the province and the municipality of Sugpon. I move for the approval of the said resolution, Mr. President Officer.
There is a motion for the approval of item number 6 in the first reading and referrals. Any second? Duly seconded. I hear no objection, so approved.
Thank you, Mr. President Officer.
Thank you. And for other matters, Honorable Mildred Elaido.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Good afternoon. May I request for the suspension of the rules?
Rules suspended.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. And please allow me to read this. They said, that all public records with enduring value held by government offices, including but not limited to all branches of government, constitutional offices, local government units, government-owned and controlled corporation, or the GOCC, state universities and colleges, Philippine embassies, consulates, and other Philippine offices abroad shall be transferred to a permanent government repository for proper management, control, and regulation of record disposition. To ensure that the employees and the persons engaging in the archival work know how essential duties and functions are, Mr. Okay and the Philippine Association of Records Officers and Archivists, or the PAROA, organized workshops and seminars that are intended for those who are planning to enter this field and for those who are already working as archivists or record administrators or officers as well. Through these activities, the association can enhance the effectiveness of each member's and of other employees or people from the same field in managing archives and other resources, documents of great significance. Aside from augmenting the managerial abilities of records administrators or officers, Paroa also serves its affiliates by aiding in their official function needs. This is accomplished through trainings, seminars, and conference activities such as dialogue and meetings with other members themselves who is expert in their field of specialization. The Honorable Ryan Luis Visingson, MPA, and Provincial Secretary Attorney Maria Eden D. Cabatu are certain that continuous learning is the process of gaining new skills and knowledge on an ongoing basis. The learning process gives creativity, creativity leads to thinking, and thinking provides knowledge, and knowledge makes an individual or group of people great. This can come in many forms, from formal course taking to casual social learning. It involves self-initiative and taking on challenges. The Provincial Secretary and the Honorable Vice Governor always support and allow their officers and employees to attend seminars to continue developing their skills and capabilities in manual and electronic record processing, management, and disposition, knowing that knowledge is infinite. Paroa and the provincial government of Ilocos Sur recognizes and is very grateful to Vice Governor Honorable Ryan Luis Visingson for capacitating and continuously honing the knowledge and capabilities of records managers in handling vital records of the provincial government of Ilocos Sur. Thus, this plaque of acknowledgement and recognition is presented to the Honorable Ryan Luis Visingson, MPA. With this, Mr. Presiding Officer, may I request Ms. Marian Torrejos to please read the citation of the plaque of appreciation. And may I also request Ms. Torrejos, Mr. Darwin Julio, and Mr. James Rabot to hand in the said plaque of appreciation to our presiding officer, the Honorable Ryan Luis Visingson.
Thank you, ma'am. And the plaque of acknowledgement reads as follows. The Philippine Association of Records Officers and Archivists Incorporated, partners of the government in nation building. This association of government officers and personnel engaged in handling vital records, documents, wishes to acknowledge the continued support of Honorable Ryan Luis Visingson, MPA, Vice Governor, Provincial Government of Ilocos Sur, for capacitating their personnel by attending the training seminar on managing the core functions of a records management program, electronic and manual practices within the context of good governance and accountability on April 18 to 20, 2023 at Bohol Plaza, Mountain Resort and Hotel, Dayu Hill, Mayakabak, Dawis, Bohol. Signed, Joel A. Okay, MBA, Executive Director and Founder of Paroa.
May I then request our beloved Vice Governor to please come down and we will award the said plaque of appreciation.
First of all, thank you very much, Kim. Dapat sa thank you ganyan yun. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Dated Kim Na kayo tinapan nagtrabaho pang amin, dapat na kayo at flag of appreciation na. Okay, thank you, thank you. Honorable Elino.
Yes, Mr. Presiding Officer, may I request for the lifting of the suspension of the rules.
Suspension of the rules lifted. As there are no other matters to be tackled, would somebody move for the adjournment? The session is moved for adjournment. Duly seconded, so adjourned.
Di Ilocosur Agenda. Dito'y ipakabuyaan ken pakadamagan dagiti mapaspasamak tuneg isang gunyang panlalawigan dito'y probinsya tayo nga Ilocosur. Idawluan data ti aktibo ken nasaririt nga presiding officer the Vice Gobernador Ryan Luis Singson. Pagkatratarang dagiti ordinansa ken resolution nga gapo manipod iti naduma-duma nga LGUs ditoy probinsya ken dagiti importante a pagsasaritaan amay datag itunay iti sanggunyang panlalawigan. Di Ilocosur Agenda, Di Ilocosur Agenda, ti 11 sanggunyang panlalawigan iti probinsya tayo nga Ilocosur.
Regular session of the 11th Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Ilocosur is about to start. May I remind everyone to put your mobile phones and other gadgets on silent mode and please observe proper decorum during the conduct of session. Thank you.
Naka-silent man lang cellphone ni Juan?
Yes.
Good afternoon. Our 31st regular session is now called to order. Let's all rise for the opening prayer, led by Honorable Elpidio Quines, to be followed by the singing of the Pambansang Awit and the Ilocosur hymn. And that's to determine the presence of a quorum.
Good afternoon, Your Honors. For today's session, our presiding officer is no other than Honorable Vice Governor Ryan Luis Singson. Members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan who are present physically today are as follows: Honorable Efren Rafael Sr., Honorable Christopher Abraham Caterina, Honorable Art Constantino Dasan, Honorable Francisco Arturo Ranches III, Honorable Jaime Jingboy Singson, Honorable Elpidio Quines Sr., Honorable Janina Joyce Tapios, and joining us later on is Honorable Ronnie Rapan. With that, Your Honor, we have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. There being a quorum, let us now proceed to the reading and approval of the minutes of the 30th regular session of the 11th Sangguniang Panlalawigan held on May 2, 2023. May we call on Honorable Tupeng Paterina.
And Your Honor, I'd like to move that we dispense with the actual reading of the minutes and approve it in its entirety.
So there is a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes of the 30th regular session held last May 2, 2023, and to approve the same in its entirety. Are there any seconds? Duly seconded. Are there any objections? I hear none. The minutes of the 30th regular session is now duly approved. We now move to the first reading and referrals. There are 13 items to be referred for this session. Since copies of the agenda have been provided to each members beforehand, let us dispense with the reading of the titles and only the item number or numbers under the respective committees will be read. Items number 1 to 4, Committee on Rules and Amendments. Item number 5, Joint Committee on Boundary Disputes and on Land Use, Urban Planning and Housing. Item number 6, Committee on Labor, Overseas and Local Employment, and Civil Service. Items number 7 and 8, Committee on City, Municipal Affairs, and Review of City Municipal Statutes. Items number 9 to 13, Committee on Finance and Appropriation. Are there any objections or comments regarding the referrals? I hear none, then so be it. We proceed to the committee reports. First, we have Here, Committee on Finance and Appropriations, may I call on Honorable Rafalan Sr., the Vice Chairman of the said committee, to present the committee report.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer, and I'm honored to read your report as the Chairman of the Committee on Finance and Appropriation. This is with regards to the endorsement number 2023-29 of Honorable Governor Jeremiah Simpson on supplemental budget number 01 for fiscal year 2023 of the province of Ilocos involving total appropriations of 189,325 pesos and 35 centavos. The committee hereby recommends for the adoption of this committee report and to be calendared during the second reading for today's session. This was signed by our chairman, the Honorable Presiding Officer. Actually, I move for the adoption of this committee report, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion for the adoption of the committee report and calendaring item number 1.1 for second reading in today's session. Do I hear any second? Duly seconded. The committee report is adopted and item number 1.1 is hereby calendared for second reading in today's session.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Moving on to Committee on Rules and Amendments. Rapanot is running late. Any member would like to read the committee report? Committee on Rules and Amendments. Art Wandasa.
Good afternoon, Mr. Presiding Officer. I am honored to read the report of committee report on the Committee on Rules and Amendments. For the first subject, a letter of the Honorable Jeremiah Jerry C. Simpson requesting for the passage of a resolution authorizing him to represent the province of Ilocos Sur to enter into a contract of lease with the different local government units and private entities for all equipment of the province. For subject number 2, an endorsement number 2023-43 of Honorable Jerry Simpson on the Memorandum of Agreement between the Department of Health, Center for Health Development 1 and Provincial Government of Ilocos Sur for the implementation of medical assistance to indigent patients program in the amount of 19,600,000 pesos. For the findings, the above stated measures are endorsements of Honorable Jeremiah Jerry C. Simpson, requesting for the passage of a resolution to authorize him to represent the province to sign, enter, and execute a memorandum of agreement and a contract of lease. Pursuant to Section 465 of Republic Act Number 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, provides that the provincial governor, as the chief executive of the province, shall represent the province in all its business transactions and sign in its behalf all bonds, contracts, and obligations, and such other documents upon authority of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan or pursuant to law or ordinances. Further, Section 22 of the same Act states that no contract may be entered into by the local chief executive in behalf of the local government unit without prior authorization by Sangguniang Council. For the recommendation, the Committee on Rules and Amendments respectfully recommends for the adoption of this committee report and for the passage of a resolution to authorize the governor to represent the province to sign, enter, and execute a memorandum of agreement and contract of lease. The committee further recommends that all two measures be calendared during the second reading of today's session.
There is a motion for the adoption of the committee report and calendaring items number 2.1 and 2.2 for second reading in today's session. Do I hear any second?
Second.
Duly seconded. The committee report is adopted and items number 2.1 and 2.2 are hereby calendared for second reading in today's session. Still under the Committee on Rules and Amendments, please continue, Honorable Mondasa.
Another committee report from the Committee on Rules and Amendments. To the subject, the letter of Honorable Governor Jeremiah C. Singson requesting for the passage of a resolution to authorize the purchase of rescue heavy equipment, 1 unit boom truck to be used by the Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office for disaster preparedness and operations, to be funded for 2022 Seal of Good Local Governance Incentive Fund of the province. For the recommendation, the Committee on Rules and Amendments respectfully recommends for the adoption of this committee report and further recommends that the said item be approved on its second reading and final reading today's session.
There's a motion for the adoption of the committee report and calendaring item number 2.3 for second reading in today's session. Do I hear any second?
Second.
Duly seconded. The committee report is adopted and item number 2.3 is hereby calendared for second reading in today's session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Let us proceed to the calendar of business of the day on second reading. Honorable Gina Benito is on official business. Hence, a draft ordinance under the Committee on Trade and Industry and Industrial Development will be deferred. Next is the Committee on Agriculture and Fisheries. The gentleman from Santa Catalina, Honorable Rapanan, is again recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. This is for the committee report on the second reading with respect to the ordinance that was offered by Honorable Christopher Abraham Baterina, an ordinance creating the Provincial Monitoring Task Force for illegal caught marine products and other illegal fishing activities within the territorial jurisdiction of the province of Ilocos. Accompanying myself for the purpose, and we have incorporated all of the suggestions from the stakeholders. Hence, for today's session, I'm moving for the approval of the said provincial ordinance.
The draft ordinance creating the Market Monitoring Task Force for illegally caught marine products is now ready for deliberation. Are there any deliberation?
Yes. We are ready for any recommendations and any other suggestions.
If the motion is for approval on second reading?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay. There's a motion for the approval of the aforementioned measure on its second reading. Any second? Duly seconded. The draft ordinance is now approved on its second reading. Rafanan, kindly remain at the podium as we proceed with the Committee on Finance and Appropriations, as earlier mentioned.
Mr. Presiding Officer, as earlier moved for approval, today I'm moving for the approval of the endorsement of Honorable Governor Jeremiah Singson on supplemental budget number 01 for fiscal year 2023 for the province of Ilocos, removing total appropriations of 107,489,323.35 for its assessment. Hence, I move for its approval, Mr. President.
There's a motion for the approval of the appropriation ordinance on supplemental budget number 01, fiscal year 2023, on second reading and to be calendared for third and final reading in today's session. Is there any second? Duly seconded. The appropriation ordinance on supplemental budget number 01, fiscal year 2023 is now duly approved on second reading, and the same is calendared for third and final reading in today's session. Moving on to the Committee on Rules and Amendments. Since okay na po Ronnie, maybe again
recognize Honorable Art Wandasan.
Good afternoon once again, Mr. Presiding Officer. May I be allowed to read the content of this resolution?
Go ahead.
For second reading, a resolution authorizing the Honorable Governor Jeremiah Singson to enter into a contract of lease with different local government units and private entities for all equipment of the province. Whereas, subject to the four legislative actions of the 11th Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Ilocos Sur, is the endorsement letter of the Honorable Governor Jeremiah Singson requesting for the passage of resolution to authorize him to represent the province to enter into a contract of lease with the different local government units and private entities for all equipment of the province. Whereas, Section 465 of Republic Act Number 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, provides that the provincial governor, as the chief executive of the provincial government, shall represent the province in all business transactions and sign in its behalf all bonds, contracts, and obligations, and such other documents upon authority of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan or pursuant to law or ordinances. Whereas Section 22 of the same Act states that no contract may be entered into by the local chief executive in behalf of the local government unit without prior authorization of the Sangguniang concerned. Now therefore, the 11th Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Ilocos Sur in sessions duly assembled on motion of Honorable Erickson Simpson, unanimously seconded, resolved, it is hereby resolved to authorize the Honorable Governor Jeremiah Simpson to enter into a contract of lease with the different local government units and private entities for all equipment of the province. I so move, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Honorable Jimboy Singson.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. I would like to ask if this was the one we were discussing a few months ago regarding the rental of equipment such as backhoe. From what I remember, Mr. Presiding Officer, the charges or the rates per hour seem to be higher comparatively than to other providers. Sir, may I ask Mr. Presiding Officer if the prices were adjusted or studied? Because this is a contract of lease, but I didn't hear any rates or prices.
Mr. Presiding Officer, can I ask the help of our committee chairman of the rules and amendments?
Yes, since Honorable Rapolot is now present, may we be enlightened?
Good afternoon, Mr. Presiding Officer. Thank you for bearing with this humble representation. Actually, I was also asked to read the resolution, but I had no idea regarding the rates if this was tackled in the committee. Perhaps, Mr. Presiding Officer, this is only to authorize the governor to enter into a contract of lease. But, I believe the observation of the gentleman from Canton is correct because there is no specification as to the rate. Perhaps the Honorable Rafanan knows about it.
Mr. Presiding Officer, just for the record, I agree with the provincial government that we should be renting some of our equipment that may not be in use. And I understand the logic that we need to have some income-generating programs. I agree with all of those. It's just that my concern, hanggang ako nga dati parenta tayo, kaya na nga to, kaya nasawan ka na nga to, income tayo, tapakalalo nga handag renta, tanang ato, glaro ta legislator ato daji prices hanga mai-adjust insigida. So daji ti concern ko lang ako.
Yes, Honorable Singson, that's correct. And as I remember the last time we talked about it, medyo nanato di fee na. Iso ka dyan po no, nagpapatangan di committee ngayon bababa or the final fees na. Yes, Honorable Rafael.
In my opinion, it's the request of the Honorable Governor is to authorize him to enter into contract. If I remember it right, we already approved an ordinance with respect to the upgrading of the list of all the equipments to be rented. And of course, when released, it is still within the power of the Governor. Para sa akin, parang hindi na kailangan yun because meron naman tayong ordinansa tungkol sa release rates ng rentals ng mga equipment.
Yes, you're correct, Honorable Rafael. There is a resolution, but I think the Governor changed, wanted to increase the rates. That's the point of Honorable Jimboy Singson. Well, pinasok hindi. 20% na yung presenting.
Well, probably then we have again to review the not authorize him because as per title, the presiding officer is to authorize him to enter into the contract.
Because no authorize, it will be the rate that was
The rate
presented.
that we otherwise he cannot mabaling pangako hanggang ipapapaling ipababa ni Governor tayo dadamot din yung starter rates. Not unless maliwan na, then akin darap tayo man.
Senate Honorable Rafael, kaya napaliwan din yung fee. May pangato hindi. Times 10 sa hindi.
Ako nga sure ako. That was a few months ago. Another concern, Mr. Presiding Officer, no, nagdeklara iti provincial government or national government the state of emergency or state of calamity. Ada kontrata ada ordinansa tayo. Kasano no antay ngarat nga ipabulot dagi equipment tayo kat state of emergency ajen ako I think kontrata dapat ada ti clauses na or exemptions during na state of calamity or state of emergency. Ako manan, ako may magbagahan na ipabulot ni Governor tayo, mga na ipabulot during those times, baka maipit mo suna di ordinansa tayo ako. So that way, mas ada ti free hand ni Governor Jerry during state of calamity. Thank you.
So what will be the pleasure of the chairman? Honorable Rafael? Defer.
With this particular measure or resolution, Mr. Presiding Officer, I move to defer for further study.
Okay, so we will defer this for further study.
But with respect to
Yes, Honorable Rafael.
yes, Mr. President Officer, but with respect to the two other resolutions, you have read already. With respect to the other two resolutions, I move for approval as read by Board Member Wanda San, Mr. Presiding Officer.
So there's a motion for the approval of the other two measures. Right, Honorable Rafael?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are there any second? Duly seconded. The aforementioned measures are now, the two measures are now duly approved. We move to the next item on the agenda, which is the review matters. For the Committee on Land Use, Urban Planning and Housing, The gentleman from Vegan City, Honorable Third Ranches, is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Good afternoon. I would like to move for the deferment of the report until next session because I have yet to meet the members regarding the report. Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay, the committee report is so deferred. Okay, there's the next is the Committee on City Municipal Affairs and Review of City Municipal Statutes. The gentleman from Cantol City, Honorable Jimboy Singson, is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Item number 1, Ordinance of Santa, increasing tertiary scholarship assistance. Item number 2, Ordinance of Santa Catalina, establishing a mechanism for our transparent and accountable governance by adopting the Citizens Charter 2023 edition, serving as service guidebook for a quality public service of frontline providers. Item number 3, Burgos, localizing mental health policy in accordance with RA 11036-18 for the enhancement of the delivery of integrated mental health services, promoting and protecting the rights of persons utilizing psychosocial health services and appropriating funds thereof. Therefore, item number 4, Ordinance of Ligligda, regulating the ownership, possession, sale, importation, and use of chainsaws, penalizing violations thereof and for other purposes in relation to RA number 9175 in the municipality. Item number 5, Ordinance of Salcedo, institutionalizing the Clean As You Go practice in all establishments within the jurisdiction of the municipality. Section 468, number 1, letter I of the Republic Act 7160, otherwise known as the LGU Code of 1991, provides that the Sangguniang Panlalawigan has the power to review all ordinances approved by the Sanggunians of component cities and municipalities. After a thorough review and careful study of the city municipal statutes, the committee found that the above ordinances and resolutions have been enacted within the powers, duties, and functions of the said LGUs, and not contrary to any existing law, rules, and regulations. Recommendation, the Committee on City and Municipal Affairs and Review of City Municipal Statutes respectfully recommends for the adoption of this committee report, and the committee further recommends for the approval of the said ordinances and resolutions. Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion for the adoption of the committee report and for the approval of the said 6 municipal statutes. Any second? Second. Duly seconded. I hear no objections. The committee report is hereby adopted and the 6 municipal statutes are now approved.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Number 6, Municipal Ordinance of Santa Cruz, declaring the outer lane of the national highway within the territorial jurisdiction of the municipality as small type and slow-moving vehicles lanes, and providing penalties and appropriating funds for the purpose. For deferment, Mr. Presiding Officer.
So deferred.
And there's a question from Board Member Rafanan a while ago for the penalties of the said ordinance. The first offense, Mr. Presiding Officer, is 500 pesos. Second offense, 1,000 pesos. Third offense, 1,500 plus 6 hours of community service. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Still under the review matters, the gentleman from Santa Catalina, Honorable Raponot, is recognized for the Committee on Labor, Overseas, and Local Employment and Civil Service.
Thank you very much, Mr. Presiding Officer. I have one item under the Committee on Labor.
Municipal Ordinance Number 003, Series of 2023 of Santo Domingo, Ilocos, abolishing the position Nurse 1 under the office of the Municipal Mayor, and subsequently creating the position of Local Disaster Risk Reduction Management Assistant, and 2 positions of Administrative Aid 1, Utility Worker 1, and defining functions and qualification standards of said created positions. Findings pursuant to Section 76 of RA 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, the Civil Service Commission shall prescribe minimum standards and guidelines in the design and implementation of organizational structures and staffing patterns in local government units. It provides as follows. Every local government unit shall design and implement its own organizational structure and staffing pattern, taking into consideration its service requirements and financial capability, subject to the minimum standards and guidelines prescribed by the Civil Service Commission. It is therefore the responsibility of every local government unit to design, approve, and implement organizational structure and staffing pattern in accordance with the guidelines and standards provided for by law and its implementing rules and regulations. The Committee on Labor, Overseas and Local Employment and Civil Service respectfully recommends for the adoption of this committee report and further moves for the approval of Municipal Ordinance Number 003, Series of 2023 of Santo Domingo, Ilocos. May I so recommend and move for approval, Mr. President.
There's a motion for the adoption of the committee report and for the approval of the municipal ordinance of Santo Domingo. Any second? Duly seconded. I hear no objection. The committee report is hereby adopted, and the said municipal ordinance of Santo Domingo is now approved. Thank you. Next is the Committee on Finance and Appropriation. May I call on the Vice Chairman to render the committee report.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer, and again, I'm honored to read the Chairman's report. For the committee report on the Committee on Finance and Appropriation, subject supplemental budget number 02 Santa Catalina for fiscal year 2023, involving the amount of 4,580,136.06. Number 2, supplemental budget number 01 of San Ildefonso, involving the amount of 12,118,870.57. Number 3, supplemental budget number 01 of Quirino, Ilocos, involving the amount of 11,419,527.45. Number 4, appropriation ordinance number 2023-01 of San Emilio, appropriating the amount of 89,140,427.50 from RA 7171 municipal share. Number 5, appropriation ordinance number 2023-02 of San Emilio, Ilocos, appropriating the amount of 3,492,722 from RA 8240 municipal share. Number 6, appropriation ordinance number 2023-01 of San Ildefonso, appropriating the amount of 31,594,806,000 from RA 7171 municipal share. Number 7, appropriation ordinance number 2023-03 of San Emilio, authorizing the reprogramming, realignment of project of the local government unit involving the amount of 6 million pesos for the operation of municipal government fiscal year 2023. And the last, appropriation ordinance number 2023-04 of San Emilio, Ilocos, authorizing the reprogramming of project of the local government unit involving an amount of 1,500,000 pesos for the operation of the municipal government fiscal year 2023. As per review, the mentioned measures are within the powers of the local government units, and the programs are crafted in consonance with the following. Recommendation: the Committee on Finance and Appropriations hereby recommends for the adoption of this committee report and further recommends for the subsequent approval of the legislative measures as reviewed above. This was signed by the Honorable Vice Governor Ryan Simpson as the Chairman of the Committee on Finance and Industry as the Vice Chairman. I shall move, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion for the adoption of the committee report and for the approval of the 8 appropriation ordinances from the different LGUs. Any second? Duly seconded. I hear no objections. The committee report is hereby adopted and the 8 appropriation ordinances from the different LGUs are now duly approved. As earlier signified, we have one item calendared under the measures on third reading. Please continue, Honorable Rafael.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer, for the Committee on Finance. For the third reading, an ordinance authorizing supplemental budget number 01 of the province of Ilocos for fiscal year 2023 and embodying total appropriations amounting to 107,489,325 pesos and 35 centavos for payment of expenditures of the project. This was signed by the Honorable Presiding Officer as the Chairman and Mr. as the Vice Chairman. I vote for the approval of the third reading, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion for the approval of the appropriation ordinance on supplemental budget number 1, fiscal year 2023, on its third reading. Are there any second? Duly seconded. The ordinance authorizing supplemental budget number 1 of the province of Ilocos Sur for fiscal year 2023 is now duly approved on its third and final reading.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you. We now proceed to the unfinished business. Both items under the unfinished business are deferred. Let us proceed to the unassigned business and other matters. Only one board member earlier signified to tackle measures on the unassigned business and other matters. May we now recognize Honorable Rapanot.
Thank you very much, Mr. Presiding Officer. I just refer you to items number 1 and 2 of the first reading referrals. May I be allowed to read the resolution, Mr. Presiding Officer?
Go ahead, please.
The first is a resolution authorizing the Honorable Governor Jeremiah Simpson and Acting Treasurer Ronette Bicta to open 2 high-yield savings account or time deposit in the amount of 500 million pesos from the proceeds of RA 7171. Whereas the subject for legislative action of the 11th Sangguniang Panlalawigan closer is the letter of the acting provincial treasurer requesting for the passage of a resolution authorizing the Honorable Governor Jeremiah Simpson and the latter to open 2 high-yield savings account or time deposit in the amount of 500 million pesos from the proceeds of RA 7171. Whereas Section 465 of RA 7160, it provides that the provincial governor, as the chief executive of the provincial government, shall represent the province in all its business transactions and sign in its behalf all bonds, contracts, and obligations and such other documents upon authority of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan or pursuant to law or ordinances. Whereas Section 22 of the same Act states that no contract may be entered into by the local chief executive in behalf of the local government unit without prior authorization by the Sangguniang concerned. Now therefore, the 11th Sangguniang Panlalawigan Ilocos Sur in session assembled on motion of yours truly, unanimously seconded, resolved as it is hereby resolved, authorize the Honorable Governor Jeremiah Simpson, the acting treasurer, to open 2 high-yield savings account or time deposit the amount of 500 million pesos from the proceeds of RA 7171. There's no question, Mr. Presiding Officer. I move for the approval of this resolution.
There's a motion for the approval of two resolutions opening high-yield savings account. Any second? Duly seconded. I hear no objection. So approved.
Mr. Presiding Officer, the other resolution is a resolution authorizing the Honorable Governor Jeremiah C. Singson and Acting Treasurer Ronette Victa to open two high-yield savings account or time deposit in the amount of 200 million pesos from the proceeds of RA 2171. The contents or the body of the resolution is similar with that of the first resolution, only the amount, Mr. Presiding Officer, and there is no question. If you want to ask me what is high-yield savings all about, I cannot explain. This is about savings account, and that's what I understand. So, I move for the approval of this resolution, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Okay, there's a motion for the approval of two resolutions opening high-yield savings account. Any second? Duly seconded. I hear no objections. So approved. As there are no other matters to be tackled, would somebody move for the adjournment? The session is moved for adjournment. Duly seconded. So adjourned.
Could stay awake just to hear you breathing. Watch you smile while you are sleeping, while you're far away and dreaming. I could spend my life in this sweet surrender. I could stay lost in this moment forever. Every moment spent with you is a moment I treasure. Don't wanna close my eyes, I don't wanna fall asleep, 'cause I miss you, baby, and I don't wanna miss a thing. 'Cause even when I dream of you, the sweetest dream would never do. I still miss you, baby, and I don't want this way. Can't get enough, so stay with me. It's not like we got big plans. Let's drive around town holding hands. And I need to know you're the only one. Alright, alright. And I need to know that you keep me up all night. All night, yeah. Oh, my heart hurts so good. How I love you, yeah. So bad, so bad. Oh, yeah. Oh, my heart hurts so good. How I love you, yeah. So bad, so bad. Man, cooling on my clothes. Man, warm when you get close to me. Slow dance these summer nights. Hard disco balls, my kitchen light. And you need to know that nobody can take your place. Your place. And you need to know that I'm hella obsessed with your face. Your face, yeah. Oh, my heart hurts so good. How I love you, yeah. So bad, so bad. Oh, yeah. Oh, my heart hurts so good. How I love you, yeah. So bad, so bad. And you need to know you're the only one. Alright, alright. And you need to know that you keep me up all night. All night. Oh, my heart hurts so good. I love you, babe. So bad, so bad. Oh, my heart hurts so good. I love you, babe. So bad, so bad. Ooh, ooh, so bad. Oh, my heart hurts. Oh, my heart hurts. Oh, my heart hurts so bad.
And me, we got along just fine. But deep inside, I know there is more. Right next to you, I know you're the right one. Can't fight this feeling. I'm taking chances